Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check check check.
The whistle blows, the crowd ignites. Underneath those blazing lights, cleats hit the turf, the battle's on. The roar of fans, the beat of hearts, it's where the legend always starts. Friday night.
Live on the Mules Sports Network, it's Muhlenberg Mules Football 2025. Brought to you by Birdie's Inn, 160 Old Friedensburg Road at 5 Points in Exeter, the home of the best burgers in Berks. Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, the power of choice. Advanced comfort specialists for all of your HVAC needs. And Borelli's Creperie, Deli and Market in Flying Hills. Now to the Mule Sports Network broadcast booth. Here are your announcers. The boys are reunited and it feels so good. Ryan Lineweaver and Patrick Wider.
Well, hey there and welcome. We're here in grand old Birdsboro, buggy Birdsboro, I might add, here this evening, for a wonderful PIAA matchup here between your Muhlenberg Mules and the host, Daniel Boone. Blazers. There we go. Jeez. It's been a day. Anyway, I'm Ryan Lineweaver here with Patrick Wider. Say hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat.
How was Ohio?
Great. So my Buckeyes win 14-7.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, it was a great time. I had to get to catch up with some of my fraternity brothers, and I had fun. But I'm ready to be back on the Mules Sports Network.
It was a good time for Archie Manning to just be the worst Manning.
Yeah,
There was a worse Manning than him. It's actually, I think, Cooper Manning was the Manning's older brother.
That's
who
his
was
brother. That's his.
Or was
dad.
Cooper?
That's his dad.
That's his dad.
You didn't know
Yeah.
that?
He was the untalented Manning.
No, he
and
was talented. He got hurt. Okay, we got to move on. Let's move on to the game. Come on, Ryan.
Anyway, time for a commercial already. More to come with the pregame that we have planned for you when we return here on the Mules Sports Network.
Life moves fast. Your insurance should keep up. At Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, Brad Coley shops over 30 top-rated carriers to find the right coverage for you. Home, auto, business, life. Whatever you need, they've got your back. Real service, real savings, real fast. Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, the power of choice.
Well, again, good evening, football fans. Welcome to what promises to be a fascinating contrast here in fortunes, at least to open up the 2025 season as the red-hot Muhlenberg Mules travel on south here to Birdsboro to take on the struggling Daniel Boone Blazers at Post 626 Field here in Birdsboro. I am Ryan Lineweaver alongside Patrick Wider. And Patrick, this matchup perfectly illustrates how quickly things can change in high school football. These teams were not always this way. The 2-0 Mules currently averaging 46 points and over 440 yards per game, while the Blazers kicking in at 0-2. They've been outscored 106-7, the most points allowed in the entire Lancaster-Lebanon League.
Yeah, the Mules are rolling, and what I love about the Mules right now, Ryan, is balance. Last year, it was like the Cameron Small show. It was run. This year, it's run and pass, and you see Ariel Baez last week threw the ball real well to Mikey Miller, threw the ball real well to the Fred Lacey. So it's really impressive to see them be balanced. On the other side, the Blazers have really struggled in 2 weeks. They really have. They haven't had much going on. Their quarterback, Dominic Stout, 142 yards passing, 3 interceptions, no touchdown passes. They just haven't done much. Now, Hayden Moyer is an explosive athlete. He didn't play week 1 because of a medical condition. He came back last week. Looked like he's trying to get his sea legs back. So he could be a dynamic player that they try to get the ball to and target this week.
So the visiting Mules runaway train here over the past 2 games, 48-0 demolition of Reading High. Wasn't just impressive, it was historic. Cameron Small rumbling for 210 yards on 12 carries, 5 touchdowns to his name, 17.5 yards a carry, and all of that in the first half. He had runs of 38, 27, and 80. Didn't even play after the break. So that really does show you how dominant Muhlenberg's been. They outgained Reading 437 to 57 in total offense, and are now just third in the league, averaging just under 450 yards per game, and third best defensively in Lancaster, Lebanon, allowing just 14 points.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is you flip that a year ago and how Reading beat the Mules. And now a year later, the Mules dominated them. It wasn't even close. So it just shows you, like you said, how he's going for sports. And this goes back to what Rob Flowers is doing. We're a community of winners, right? And he's getting everybody to buy in and be part of this program. And, you know, this team is humming along, playing great football. They got a chance to win tonight. They got a chance to win next week against Lebanon. And get to 4-0 would be huge for the Mules.
So Daniel Boone, on the flip side, searching for answers. They've struggled through their first two games. They've managed just 87 yards in their last game, including just 25 rushing yards on 18 carries. No single carry went more than 6 yards in that game. They punted 5 times. They turned the ball over on downs twice. They lost a fumble. However, they do have a bright spot so far. They do have Malachi Rowe. He has 11 receptions this season, tying him for second most in all of the Lancaster Lebanon League. And again, think about this old school rivalry. Muhlenberg currently leading the all-time series 37-22-3, including that 40-29 victory last year, which we'll get into. But can the Blazers turn things around, try to find something special at home tonight with everything against them?
Well, I would tell you this. Hayden Moyer last year put on a show. When we were in Kutztown because Muhlenberg Stadium was messed up. He had 359 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He did throw 3 picks. But he made something happen, and he kept them in the game at times. In a loss, I think it was 49-29. So he kept them in the game. So he's back second week, running back, receiver. They're playing him all over the field. So if that's a bright spot, and then you got to think Malachi Rowe, 11 catches. So if you're Daniel Boone, you got to hope you're at home, get some good home cooking, get Hayden Moyer get back going, get Malachi Rowe catching the ball, and maybe you guys can, stay in the game.
So we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about one of these storylines here this evening, which is Rob Flowers returning to Daniel Boone, a program that he coached for 5 seasons before taking the Muhlenberg job. He had a 17-31 record with the Blazers. Did take them to their first District 3 playoff appearance in 7 years back when they finished 5-4 a couple of years ago. Now he's trying to beat his former team with a Muhlenberg program that is completely transformed. You've been around a bunch of leagues, Lancaster, Lebanon, York Adams, Mid-Penn. How unique is this situation to watch a coach come back to a form?
And it was a little awkward because I knew some of the players, I knew the coaches, and so it can be a little awkward. I think for Rob Flowers, he's just going to be business as usual. This means a lot for him with Muhlenberg. He played here, he grew up here, and now he's really making his stamp on this program. So I'm sure maybe, it's been a little emotional the last 2 years playing him, but to him it's probably business as usual knowing him.
So we can now talk about Cameron Small. He's been the most dominant player in the Lancaster Lebanon League through 2 weeks. 7 touchdown runs. That leads the entire league. His 5 touchdown performance against Reading was spectacular. 12 carries. There was only one player in Muhlenberg history who's done more than that, and it was the guy who's currently chasing for the career yardage mark as well. It's Jason Reinert. He did so against Schuylkill Valley back in '98. Small actually broke his single-season rushing record last year with over 2,000 yards. So what makes him so dangerous, Patrick, is that combination of power and speed that he possesses.
Oh, he's an incredible back. He just, he kind of reminds me of Emmitt Smith. I know it sounds crazy. YouTube him, guys. But no, he's got to.
Emmitt Smith might still be playing,
yeah.
Rumor has it.
Well, the thing about him is, what you love about a running back is he has great contact balance. When he gets hit, he's always moving forward. And it's like when I coached and we had a running back, we just say, hey, if you can make 1 or 2 guys miss, that's good every play. And that's what he does. Then the other thing that separates him, Ryan, is he's got legit speed. And when he gets in the open field, he's gone. I don't think the last 2 years anybody's caught him from behind. He gets open field, he's gone. And you get those running backs that take a 5-yard gain and a 10-yard gain. He'll take a 10-yard gain and make it a 60-yard gain. So he's natural. I love the kid. I met him at media day, and he said, I gotta do it. I gotta do it again. And you looked at him, and you could just tell he spent the whole offseason in the weight room. And, and he is a special running back for sure. And he's got a chance to break this record, which would be fantastic.
So, again, the transformation story never gets old. He had just 235 rushing yards at Reading High when he was there in 2 seasons before he transferred. But he really has embraced that role. After that Reading shutout, he sat out the entire second half. He still said that it felt great to put that many points on the board and be out by halftime. He hasn't been used to it, and certainly that's not something, we talked about a running clock here for the Mules. That was something that we didn't see 2 years ago at all. It was running clocks against the Mules, and now it's the complete flip side. He has a team-first attitude from a player that really could just focus on the individual stuff. I'm not sure if he's ever even mentioned chasing after that career mark in any of the conversations that you've had with him.
I think Cam Small epitomizes what Coach Flowers wants. He's always team, get better. And I've never heard anything selfish out of him. He's an incredible kid, and he's been great. And last year was his breakout party against Daniel Boone. He had a good week 1, solid week 1. Reading was okay, and he came out and ran for 295 yards last year. Every time they needed a play to win that game, he did. 4 touchdowns, 295 yards, and now he gets to go back again against Daniel Boone again.
Hey, he had 5 touchdowns last week. Have we mentioned that?
Yeah, 5. 5 last week, 4 last year against Daniel Boone. It's incredible, and that offensive line deserves credit because they're creating holes for him, and they're humming on offense. Baez is getting better and better as a passer. You got 2 outside receivers in Miller and Lacey. So you got 2 good receivers, a good running back. Miller can play some running back. You got a dual threat quarterback. You got a big line. There's not much not to like about this offense. It's one of the best. We could say it. It's one of the best offenses in the Lancaster Lebanon League. Now,
at least through the first 2 weeks of the season.
Now the schedule's going to get harder.
Let's
do this
preface all of that.
Can you do this against Exeter? Can you do this against Conestoga Valley? Can you do this against Ephrata? And I think they might be able to. But they got to do it. They got to go in those big boy games and make some plays. But offensively, they are there. Defensively, they are there as well. So he's got to keep getting better, put one step in front of the other, and they're going to be fine.
Well, let's talk about that offense. Again, mentioned that they're 3rd in the Lancaster Lebanon League with 447.5 yards per game. They trail just Kutztown. So I had to throw a little Kutztown on it. They're at 563 yards. They're ridiculous. And then Twin Valley and their dual threats, they're at 489.5. Defensively, just 14 points. That 3rd best behind Conestoga Valley, who's allowed 6, and those Ephrata Mounts, who have allowed 12. So that is most certainly balance on both sides. And you talked about Adriel Baez. Baez currently ranking 6th in the Lancaster Lebanon League for the most passing yards in a game with those 233 that he threw against Schuylkill Valley. Mikey Miller ranks 2nd in the league in receiving yards in a game with his $156. And they just have so many weapons that can hurt you in so many different ways, including Freddie Lacey and his 89-yard kickoff return in week 1.
Yeah, when you got athletes and you got Lacey, Miller, Small. You can't. Is there a team? Lancaster Lebanon has 3 better skill kids than that. Maybe Wilson, some other, but they're up there. They have 3 dynamic skill kids, and you do that with a dual threat quarterback who can run and throw. It's an impressive offense. Now let me flip the other side, Ryan. Their defense is way better. Now the competition isn't the top flight competition, but they're tackling better. I saw so many missed tackles last year. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You could write a book on how many missed tackles they had. This year, they're coming upfield. They're filling their gaps better. They're more sound, and they're making more tackles in the open field. And that's impressive, too. So when you go against an Exeter, and they got a Jaden Ware, and they're big up front, and they're going to try to pound you, okay? Leo Brown is good. They have good players. You got to be able to tackle them. And I think the Mules defense is positioning themselves down the road, not getting ahead, that they could be able to make plays and play well.
You don't get too far.
But we're focused on tonight on the Blazers.
We most certainly are.
Got to win tonight and get 1-0 this week.
As both teams wander out here, well, not wander like they're lost, but out here onto the field now. The Carolina Blues worn by Daniel Boone. The road whites with the yellow helmets adorning the Mules' heads.
Beautiful
Well,
night. Like,
It is
beautiful.
a beautiful night if you can avoid the gnats.
Yeah, it's beautiful though. The weather's great.
It's not too bad here in the stands, but anytime that you're getting anywhere even close to grass, you're getting some bugs in your eyes. Love it. Well, Pat, you did have some game notes, if you had anything other than what we've already discussed. But other than that, I mean, we can talk a little bit about Muhlenberg's offensive revolution. That wrinkle that they showed against Reading last week using Cameron Small in the Wildcat. That was something new that they broke out here. You got anything?
I did watch you guys, and you guys did a nice job. You know, I thought I was going to get Wally Pip, but I didn't get Wally Pip by Chris's dad. So, no, I love the Wildcat. And here's why. It's a simple thing. As somebody who used to coach football, you gain a blocker. So you put Cameron Small, and you get somebody back there to lead block for him, and it's just another dynamic element that you have to deal with. And so you got Baez who can run, and now you got Cameron Small as a Wildcat, and him taking off. It's impressive. So it's just another array. Coach Burkhart is a buddy of mine. He messaged me, hey, everything all right? You weren't there. And I was like, Coach Burkhart, I was at Ohio State game. He goes, oh, okay, no problem. I'm a Buckeye, if you don't know. And because he thought something was wrong, and I talked to Coach Burkhart, and he's just each week you can see adding to the offense, and that's great. Add little wrinkles each week, make them more dynamic, and as the season goes on, they're gonna be harder and harder to defend.
Well, that is certainly the hope. The captain's out here at midfield, right over top of the big old blue DB at midfield. And now they'll actually make this easy to understand. The Mules have won the toss, and they will receive. So Muhlenberg will start off on offense here.
Do you think they kick it deep? To Fred Lacey?
Maybe not to Fred Lacey. Maybe not that direction.
I think I'd
try
squib
kicking it to the other side.
I think I'd squib it. Wouldn't you squib it every game?
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching anywhere close to Fred Lacey.
No.
Just
It's so
boot it the other
dynamic.
direction. Boot it out of bounds. You might have a better chance there of a
Yes, I agree.
little bit less of a return from Lacey in that case. As for right now, we have the national anthem. We'll take a quick break. More to come on the Mule Sports Network.
Our flag and our veterans with the playing of the national anthem.
play ball. Do we have to go to the commercial one more time, or are we good to roll straight through? Good to roll straight through. Sticking to the script here this evening. We did the greeting, we did the ad, we're doing the pregame. Now we'll be into the first quarter where we will pay some love to Borelli's right off the bat.
All right, let's play some ball.
Play some ball.
Let's
I think
play.
that my internet's finally working, so I got that work going for me.
Well, let's see Mules get the ball first. Let's see them come out and start fast.
Mules on the left-hand side of your screen. Ready to receive the opening kick here against Daniel Boone. Back to return are, that would be Lacey and Mikey Miller. Pick your poison if you're the Blazers. So we will see if they'll kick it deep at all.
Squib it.
We'll see if they've watched any video. Guess that'll be the determining factor here. Hey, did you watch a video this week? There's the squib. They will fall on top of it, about 4 different mules coming down, including Cooper Burr was one of them. Alvarez will get credit for the recovery there, and 1st and 10 for the Mules.
Going right out with it.
Coming right out with it. A little trips left formation. Wildcat right off the bat. And man, 1st down. How about that? Cam Small, thank you very much.
It's basically like a single wing concept. Just give the ball to your best. There's not even anybody in the backfield. Just give it to him and let him find a gap and go.
16 yards on the first carry of the game for Cam Small. Once again, now they'll go trips right. Cam Small still out of the Wildcat. Stop me if you can, and they will this time. Gain of a few.
Yeah, it's not. They're not even pulling linemen. It's just it's like a zone concept. He just gets it and goes. Got 5 yards though. Now you gonna get your quarterback back there? Maybe let him throw it or run.
I mean, maybe you do have one of those. It looks like they will this time around.
Nope, it's Mikey Miller now.
Just kidding.
Mikey Miller.
Yeah, this time you got Cam Small out in the slot as they go 4 wide. And Daniel Boone, I believe, going to take a timeout here, just being like, hey, we didn't see this on film. 3 straight Wildcat formations. Got burned on the first one, gave up 5 on the second, and seeing it a 3rd time, you're like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah.
Maybe we should hit pause.
If you go and you see teams like, why I'm missing that you called last year, Elko, they run the ball. And if you can run the ball, if you're under center or the gun, high school teams that run the ball are successful.
Heck yeah.
Now, I will say what I've been impressed, last week was they were able to throw the ball with Baez. So, this is good, but I'd like to see Baez get back there too and let him chuck it, because there's going to be time this year, I think, when somebody shuts down Cam Small, and you're going to need Baez to hit some plays downfield. Like
Saw it against Schuylkill Valley.
Yeah, Schuylkill Valley. They shut down Cam. I think
Well, they had Logan Kamoff basically shadow him all the way around the field, and that one-on-one matchup, All-State versus All-State, pretty much neutralized Cam Small.
Yeah. Another thing they're doing here is they're going on balance. They got an extra tackle over here, so it's guard, tackle, tight end, backside.
This time, Mikey Miller trying to wind his way through traffic and taken down as a result. There, it was Corndongo, the freshman linebacker, on the stop.
So Xavier Ortero pulled. They ran a power concept, and again they're going over. They're overbalanced, and they're bringing the tackle over. So it's guard, tackle, tight end, backside. Now see if they go. They're back to a traditional offense. Now.
Yeah, there you go. You got Baez in the backfield. Small next to him. 2 split out here to the right. The handoff is to Small. Small goes left tackle, And still on his feet. He'll have the first down. And a smidge more.
Yeah, again, they went back to traditional, gave it to Small, and they went back to their traditional power counter concept where they pull the guard, bring the tight end through, and you run the ball. Good patience by Small, gets upfield and gets 5 yards for the first down.
3 carries, 26 yards for Small. This time lining up to the right, trips right for the Mules. Handoff is to Small once again. He goes off tackle, and good night. 6-0 Mules. 10:02 into this game.
Touchdown, Mules! Well,
He'll stop the clock with 10:01, but he goes completely untouched from the backfield. Wide open hole, and he was to the house, 41 yards.
they're trying to play more of a traditional defense. It looks like a 4-3 type, and they had 2 safeties up. So I think if I'm Daniel Boone, I'd come back and run a 4-4, 6-2, and try to shut down the run game because it really clearly didn't work, and the Mules were able to gash them on the run.
Hey, you're just going to teeter back and forth here as snap is down, the kick is up, the kick is through. It's 7-0. That's what they're going to have to do. You decide to go too high safety and stop the pass, or at least have some semblance of stopping the pass. Well, now decide to stop the run. That's going to open things up for Baez this next series, and we'll see that in just a little bit. But for now, let's run to our first commercial break. 7-0 Mules. It'll be Blazers football when we return here on the Mules Sports Network.
At Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market, they keep it simple. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious. In the mood for a hoagie? Choose one from the menu or tell them what you want. A hot sandwich or a cheesesteak? They've got that covered too. Lunch meat for a family gathering? They have it fresh cut to order. Craving Italian? There are imported specialties you won't find anywhere else. Along with drinks, chips, snacks, and hot or cold brewed coffee in caramel, French vanilla, and hazelnut flavors. That's Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market. 15 Village Center Drive in Flying Hills. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious.
Hayden Moyer back to receive here. 7-0 Mules, 10:01 remaining here in the first. 41 yards to the house went Cam Small, 67 in total on that drive. Moyer receives it inside his own 10-yard line, a little stutter step move, and he is met by Ian Rodriguez on the return. And the Blazers will start right in front of their own bench.
This Blazer offense has really struggled on the year. And so, you got to think, what are you going to lay your hat on? They can't run the ball, can't throw the ball. So if I'm them, I try to come out and commit to, maybe try to get a little run, then try to throw. But they just have not had much success this year.
We'll see where they line up Hayden Moyer. And Moyer right now, well, here's an interesting formation, Pat.
Yeah, it's a quad.
Yeah, right off of the bat with a quad set here on the right-hand side.
Quad's right, and Moyer, I don't know, his gloves fell off, his shoes.
And now it's his gloves, it's his shoes.
So Hayden Moyer, if you didn't listen to the pregame show, is a dynamic athlete, number 5. He lit up the Mules last year for 359 yards passing. Now he's playing receiver, running back. So quads, you got all 4 out there.
Yeah, this feels like a screen pass right off the bat. And there it is. And yeah, you're going to have to pick that one up and fall on top of it. Not quite sure if that was a lateral or not.
It was incomplete.
It was incomplete there, 2nd and 10.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to get, if you can get 4-on-3 out there or 4-on-4, then you got a numbers advantage. You might be able to get something. You get Hayden Moyer in space. Hayden Moyer is trying to get his feel. I mean, he was out week 1 with a medical issue. He came back week 2, kind of struggled, and you can see there a little off, dropped the ball. So we'll see how he gets going. Now he got him in the backfield.
Yeah, they're just going to line him up all over the place, I think. He's your dynamic weapon. Got to make sure that you utilize him as much as possible. Looks like almost a pistol formation there. Yep. The handoff immediately to Moyer. Shrugs off one tackler. Dives forward for a few. Be 3rd down.
He's a good athlete, and he's a dynamic athlete that can break tackles. That was a nice run for them. You would like to see that on 1st down after he dropped it, but that was
talking about. Let's go quads right trickery.
Third and 5 here now for the Blazers.
I get what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I get
you
it
try to
too.
jazz
Yep,
the
I
team
agree.
a little bit, and you're like, oh, we just left in an untouched touchdown there. Let's come out and try to jazz it up a little on our own. This time they fake it, slant pattern, and they connect. Malachi Rowe, we'll be calling his name often, I'm sure. That is completed for a first down.
Nice throw, nice completion. It looked like either an RPO or a straight play action.
I think it was just straight play action.
And he put it in the belly of the running back. Looked like he was going to give it to Moyer, and he threw a nice slant. Nice throw there by Dominic Stout. Stout? Did you say that? Yeah, Stout.
Bring up first down. Didn't need much, but they got all they needed on that one.
So again, what they did is they brought Moyer in motion as a receiver, and it looked like when he went in motion, somebody else jumped. So they got a false start. So a little clunky start by the Blazers here. The band's right in front of us if you can't tell.
It's like listening to Blue Chips. I'll bring it up every single time that this song makes it onto our broadcast. It's Blue Chips.
It is.
This time, Moyer getting split out. He's in motion. Mikey Miller will drift alongside there. We'll see if Lacey picks him up instead. Lost in the backfield here for the
Yeah,
Blazers.
so Stout dropped it, and then either he blitzed or he just saw it, and Cam Small came right in the backfield and tackled him for a loss.
Sorry, my attention was towards Hayden Moyer and watching to see who was going to stick with him. That's your job as color. That's not my,
Okay, well,
that's not my
you
job
should-
as
you set the
play-by-play.
play up
Actually,
first.
I actually have to watch the play. You get to dabble
I
around the
know.
field.
That's what I do.
Moyer, once again, they'll try splitting him out there. Once again, Mikey Miller will drift down from his safety position. They'll roll out that way, look back the other direction. Nobody in sight. It's in the direction of Cam Burr. And I think it was intended for Mason Ruffner, who was in the vicinity.
See, I got to watch it. So they're trying to set up a screen, roll to the right, and set up a screen backside. And the screen, it was a good idea, but the timing was off. The running back wasn't lined up right. He's lucky he wasn't picked because Burr was right there. If Burr would have turned his head quicker, he might have had a pick six.
It was right in the area.
3rd and long now.
That was basically, hey, we're going to run same looking play again. We're going to split them out. We're going to put them in motion out into the slot. Once again, same thing here. 3rd and 19. They'll roll. Decide to take a shot downfield on what looks to be almost a wheel route there. And it'll fall incomplete.
Day
4th
one
down.
install pass play. Outside guy ran a post. Inside guy ran a wheel. 44 for the Mules. Ran right there
Chase
with
Zona.
him. Yeah, Chase Zona ran right with him, and then he had the safety over the top. So good coverage by the Mules. It could have been completed if it was a perfect throw, and it wasn't. So the Mules get, after one first down, they get a punt.
I think it's just the fact that the wheel route by itself is a little slow developing because you got to wait for him to wind all the way around the sideline there.
Absolutely.
So it's a slow developing play
and
to
it's gotta
begin
be a
with,
perfect ball.
and you have to throw a perfect ball. You got to
Yeah.
land
Yep.
it right over the top. Moyer also the punter, by the way. This one a high spiral, taken in by Mikey Miller in traffic. That was a interesting choice there by Mikey. Thankfully, no harm done. Maybe gets a few out of it.
It's a little risky because there's a lot of guys there. I don't know if if Coach Flowers would want him to catch that. He might be willing to let that go
Probably
and run away. But
Probably not.
But I
it
will
was
say-
tight enough
yeah,
that
yeah.
that bounces any direction. You have no idea. It's like a falling knife has no handle, kind of like a ball that spikes in between a whole bunch of players. You have no idea who it's going to touch as a result. So Mikey Miller just grabbing it out of the air. Not the more that I think about it, I'm talking myself into it being a good idea. Get to see the Mules offense out here for session number 2. Mikey Miller put in motion. And
72 when
a bit of motion up front. Yeah, it'll be Xavier Otero, the
Xavier Otero.
senior.
He was ready to hit somebody.
You know what? You'll take that.
Yeah, you take that. It happens.
You want offensive linemen that are unafraid to punch somebody in the mouth a little bit. Screams run play.
Yeah, I think it was. What they did was interesting when they did a tight bunch. They had Lacey on the ball, and with two receivers, it was tight right off the tackle. So a little bit different formation.
Yeah, we see some interesting formations out of both sides here. I haven't seen that quad formation here
Get
in
on
high
there you
school
go,
in a
Lacey.
while.
Lacey got on the ball now.
This time, Lacey going out trying to block for Mikey Miller. Miller makes one person miss. Now following his blocker, he's across the 50, the 40, before run out of bounds in front of his own bench. It'll be a first down for the Mules.
I felt bad for Garrett Herbst. He tried to go out there and tackle him, and Miller made a great
That was
move.
a fantastic move.
And then he ran, and that's what you do. You get your athletes in space. That's a smart play call by Coach Burkhart. Get them out in space, let them make somebody miss, and that's exactly what Mikey Miller did.
23 yards for Mikey Miller.
Now we go back to that tight bunch. Now they go towards the boundary instead of the wide field. So we got three receivers up top. Now we got Miller coming in motion.
And we're going
come
again.
on, Xavier.
Going again.
He's ready to hit somebody.
Also a clear running play.
Yeah.
It was a pulling guard on that one. Well, they had good luck on 1st and 15 last time.
They did.
Let's do it again. First down and 15, 7:12 remaining in the first. 7-0 Mules. Baez. Hand off to Small. Small breaks one tackle, finally brought down from behind by Jardin.
That's a day one install. Run that power. Backside guard pulls. Run up. That's what, every team in America has that play set in, but that's the play that Small really hits well. And, they got 9 yards, so second and, 6, 7 coming up?
It was 1st and 15. They got second down and 7. So it'll be a gain of 7 for Small. 74 yards on 5 touches. This time Baez sitting back, throwing deep and finding Lacey. Lacey to the house. 13-0 Mules.
Touchdown Mules!
That's a fantastic job by Baez, reading the middle of the field. It was a great throw. Honestly, probably one of his best. It had some touch on it, and Lacey just going up, grabbing it, and then has to wind his way past the safety for the touchdown.
Yep, great play. I mean, Baez is just growing up. You just see it. What a nice
So
throw
confident
there.
back there.
He just threw right down the seam. He hits Lacey, and Lacey's a weapon. You could play him all over the field. What a weapon.
2 throws, 2 completions for Baez, 54 yards. Spot is up. The kick is up. And the kick is good. 14-0 Mules with 6:35 remaining here in the first. We'll take a quick break and come back. It'll be Blazers football when we return here on the Mules Sports Network.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
Moyer back to return for the Blazers. 14-0 Mules here with 6:35 left in the first. This time going away from Moyer. It's touched by a Blazer and then goes out of bounds. And that's a no-no. That was Mason Ruffner who couldn't hang on to it. And that is where they will start as a result. Had it just bounced out of bounds, they would have gotten some free yards out of it. But because he touched it, well, that's where you're starting.
Imagine you're a defense coordinator and you get your cup of coffee on Saturday or Sunday and you got to watch this Mules offense. First series, all Wildcat, small scores. Second series, they get a couple penalties. And what do? Baez completes a bubble screen to Miller and then hits Lacey down the seam. This is how you build a dynamic high school offense behind a sophomore quarterback and playmakers all over the field.
I think that's certainly something for future teams to now need to consider. You know,
Yes,
they just
yes.
keep adding new wrinkles into their
yeah,
playbook. It's not the same
absolutely.
playbook week after week. You know, we didn't see the Wildcat until last week, and now we saw 3 straight times, and oh my. Pick 6 by Cooper Burr. And we're going to have a flag after the fact.
Wow.
20-0.
They ran that quads again, and Burr read it, and he made a great play, and he picked it and went the other way.
That one wasn't even remotely close.
Yeah, Cooper Burr is a fantastic linebacker. His ability to read and react and make plays all over the field, he has played really well so far this year. And he's got a neck roll. Come on, he looks tougher just for the neck roll.
Him and Boz.
Yeah, I love the neck roll with the linebacker. It brings back memories of the 80s and 90s.
Heck
when
yeah.
You know, Mike Singletary.
Yeah, you wanted guys with stiff necks.
But Cooper Burr is a heck of a player. 5'10", 185-pound junior, and you could just see him. He is a beast at linebacker. His ability to play in space, but also play in the box, Ryan, that's what you want in today's linebackers. You want somebody that can play in the box and take off run, and then go outside, read the play, and pick 6 it. What an incredible play by Cooper Burr.
I think he just saw quads and was like, they're throwing a screen again, aren't they? And he just read the screen. And I think it was pretty much as simple as that. That kick is blocked.
You want to set it up, and I get that. So you maybe run it one more time and then fake off of it. The other thing you could do is run the ball. But, man, the Mules were ready for it the second time. So I don't know if we'll see quads the rest of the game.
Might be the play that is officially removed and burned from the playbook after this week.
Well, when I was a head coach, first play of the game, I drew up a tailback pass. First play, we ran it all week, worked perfect. Threw it perfect. Kid, nobody's 40 yards away from him, and the receiver dropped it. We would have been up 7-0, but the kid dropped it and it was incomplete. So, you try stuff as coaches, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, well, Dallas could have won last night if CD didn't drop 4 passes, but, CD gonna CD.
Or maybe if they didn't trade their best defensive player.
Or,
Yeah,
could have been
to have a
even
pass
worse
rush.
if Jalen Carter doesn't spit at Dak at the very beginning.
Or like, hey, how about
hey, Dak spit first, just like Greedo shot first.
I saw. Well, I don't think I'd ever, in whatever world, I would never trade Michael Parsons. I'm sorry, he's too good. But whatever.
About
Jerry does Jerry.
Two first-round picks and a 29-year-old defensive tackle. Hey, sorry, former Pro Bowl defensive tackle coming off of knee surgery. He did have a sack last night.
You don't trade superhuman people like Michael Parsons. I would never trade him.
No.
Anyways, besides the point, let's get back to the Mules.
That's all right. I read Dak complaining that, oh, gee, he's my best friend. I wish that we could have kept him. Yeah, they could have kept him had Dak not, have a $50 million contract. Anyway, little squib kick because of the personal foul penalty called against the Mules.
Was it a personal foul or was it unsportsmanlike?
It was unsportsmanlike after the
I
after
hate
the
that.
pick
Let them
six.
celebrate. They're excited.
Yeah, it was
How many
right
times
after
is
the pick
Cooper?
six.
How many times is Cooper Burr going to score a touchdown? He's a linebacker. He doesn't play offense.
This is true. The Mules have moved a lot more towards the single dynamic type of guys that, hey, you're going to focus on playing defense. You're going to focus on playing offense. You only have a handful of really, two-way players that are noticeable. You have Mikey Miller, obviously, playing safety and wideout. But you don't see –
Small.
You got Small out there and Lacey.
That's about it.
You have a handful, right? But Cooper Burr, that dude is basically full-time linebacker. So, when they can hone in and focus in on one position at this level, yeah, you'd like to see him in different spots, but really does help. As Moyer coming over the top here, they're going to look that direction, and running out of real estate was Mikey Miller. Otherwise, he probably had that one tracked down. Ill-advised throw that time.
They're trying to throw it to Moyer again. It's like they're trying too much to get him the ball. I get it. The kid put on a show last year when I saw him at quarterback. But they're like forcing it too much. Like, I get it. You want to get him the ball, but force it in the game plan. And that's part of the reason they went quads is get him the ball. And it, gave a pick 6 here. So
pretty sure they have yet to have a rushing attempt in this game.
No, they ran Moyer once.
They ran Moyer once.
Yeah.
I just forgot to
5
mark
yards.
it in there. All right, so one running play. That's right, it was out of the pistol there. Moyer will split off into the slot now. They'll fake the handoff. QB keeper, and nope. Nice job. Otero, I believe, was in there. Quinones was in there. That was Quinones. Sorry, not Otero. He was the first one in there.
And
They're also going to give it to Cooper Burr.
Cooper Burr, man, reads it, comes downfield, upfield, and just makes a nice tackle. He's constantly near the ball.
Gained about a yard or so. Really 3rd down and 9. Stout in the gun. Surveying, looking right. Has a little drag route and in and out of the hands that time
What's the
of
penalty?
Malachi Rowe.
Late penalty.
And there is a late penalty right in the middle of
I
everything.
think
Burr's pointing towards the Blazers.
I think it was.
It's got to be an eligible man
yeah,
downfield.
They were running that. They're running that little
was
slip
almost like a-
screen.
yeah.
They're trying to run that middle screen to the receiver, and the lineman got downfield before he threw it. So
Happens
that's what
in
they're
Madden.
trying. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens in Madden all the time too.
So
That's why I don't run the
yeah,
mid-screen all that much.
It's tough. So I don't know. What do you do here? Do you decline it?
I think you probably should. You're
mean,
up 20
4th
to
and
nothing,
9.
but you're gonna make it. I mean, you could make it 3rd down and forever, which is
Oh,
what
they're
this
going
would.
to decline it. So it's going to be 4th and 9. So I guess if you're Daniel Boone, you just go for it, right?
You're not going to punt it away. You're down 20 to nothing. It's still the first quarter. First quarter, Pat.
It's okay. I remember. Oh, they're going to punt it. All right.
Well, it doesn't matter all that much. You have Hayden Moyer in the backfield anyway receiving this, so whether he decides to take it and run or run the, they could run the Wildcat with Hayden Moyer.
They can.
I think that would have been just a
could.
swell idea if we were in the
Swell.
1950s.
He's going to get. He's gonna
Moyer,
punt.
little drop punt
Oh,
almost.
nice punt.
That one to Mikey Miller. Miller takes a few steps back inside the 15, tries going to his left. He's across the 20, the 30. Gang tackled at the 30-yard line. Ended up getting a pretty decent return out of it, about 15, 16 yards.
It's so exciting to see Mikey Miller. 2 years ago when we called this, there was so much pressure on Mikey Miller, and they said they were going to get him the ball, and the team just really struggled. And they tried to get him the ball, and he made some plays, remember? But he couldn't do enough because they're just bad quarterback play.
Not enough time from the offensive line.
Yeah, and it's so nice now to see him get his shine because he deserves it. He's a great athlete.
Honestly, you
and
know what a
great
lot of
kid.
it was? Hitting the weight room, hitting the sleds.
Yeah,
It was the
exactly.
offensive line creating space, because what we saw 2 years ago was a team that didn't have enough time to pass and didn't have any gaps to run. As this time a toss play to Cam Small, he spins out of it and somehow dives forward inside the 35 up to the 36. It's a gain of 6 somehow.
It looked like he was going to get minus 2 yards, and that's what I'm saying. Cam always goes and gets positive yards. It was going to be 2nd and 12. It's 2nd and 4 because he kept those legs churning, and he got 6 yards.
Will be 2nd down and 4 inside 5 minutes to play here in the first. This time, looking, Mikey Miller on an in route. Cross midfield, down to the 49-yard line of the Blazers. Another first down, gain of 15 that time.
Baez, great throw, set his feet, knew exactly where he was going to go. He hits Miller on the slant. Good play there by the Mules. But going back to what you said about the weight room, Ryan, end of last year, Flowers said they're the weakest team in PA, and you can see a concerted effort in the weight room, and they're a lot stronger this season.
It has allowed Mikey Miller and Fred Lacey to flourish here. As the handoff to Cam Small, breaks a couple of tackles. One man to beat. There's a flag thrown all the way back here. It might be coming back, so he'll get some yardage out of it.
Alexis Contreras was blocking downfield, and they're going to call holding. I don't think it was a holding, but they're going to call it. I love his effort of blocking downfield, so they're going to say he held him.
So it looks like he'll get 23 yards on the rush before you start subtracting 10 for the hold.
You got to keep your hands inside, and you can't get them outside the pads. When I coach receivers, I'd say, if it looks like a duck, it smells like a duck, it's a duck. If it looks like a hold, smells like a hold, it's a hold. That's exactly what it was. It looks like a hold. What'd they say?
It was a hold against Muhlenberg. It's just the Mules thought that it was 10 yards from the line of scrimmage.
They get a first down.
It's 10 yards from where the penalty
So
occurred. So he got 23 yards on the rush. Then you throw the flag, and you subtract 10 from where the flag was thrown. Took me a while to learn that too.
He's got to
in high school.
He's got to get his hands inside, and he'll be fine blocking. But I love the effort. He's downfield blocking for his teammate.
But once again, Cam Small basically rumbling through, gets through a couple of tackle attempts and untouched. As Baez rolling to his left this time, trying to hit Lacey's. Got him! Touchdown, Mules! What a throw from Baez.
Touchdown, Mules!
He rolls to his left, he sets his feet, he throws a bomb.
We call that a smash concept. Inside guy runs a corner, outside guy runs a comeback, and it was a beautiful throw. He led him, and Lacey ran under. I didn't know if Lacey was going to get there. And Lacey ran under it and made a great play. Oh, come on.
Well, we'll see what ends up coming out of this. They have a penalty all the way back here at the line of scrimmage.
What's the penalty?
And they're stopping.
What are they stopping for?
The play. Stopping the game here.
What is the play? Penalty.
And it's hard to exactly tell what. Timeout, Mules.
He called timeout. So what? I didn't see him call what the penalty was. Did we? What would that penalty be? A
if you pull up the replay, we might be able to see when
it's got to be a hold.
When they throw it.
No,
sorry, I'm not sure if you can get to it.
You know what it was? It was probably an illegal motion. It's a 5-year penalty.
Untouched. As
I would guess
rolling to his
motion.
left this time, trying to hit
play,
Lacey's.
So
Got him! Touchdown, Mules! You know what?
God.
You know what? Keep that. Run that again someday.
I thought he overthrew him.
I did too.
And Lacey
had to go track it down.
Oh my God!
That was just Baez throwing into space. He knew he was aiming for that near pylon. He was aiming for the near pylon and just told Fred Lacey, "Hey, go run after it." He's like, "I'm thrown to a spot on the field." He threw to Lacey's inside or outside shoulder, I should say, because there was nobody within 5 yards of him. It was just him tracking down a free floating ball.
How he played last year compared to now, it's like he's a different player. He spent the whole offseason redoing his delivery, working with the quarterback's coach, and you could see it. He's getting better every week. It's impressive.
That's a really tough throw.
Oh, it's an incredible throw on the run.
At this age.
What now?
No, they're going to. No, Cam Small making something out of nothing here. I'll tell you what happened. They thought that the play was blown dead at a point because the back judge here blew his whistle. It threw everyone off, and they had already hiked the ball. So they got it out to Small. That was just everyone, mass confusion because of the late whistle. That was not inadvertent, but threw everyone off.
You know, I'm not trying to be rude, but we have a hard time getting refs, but you don't get the best crew when it's 2-0 versus 0-2. So, but yeah, under an inadvertent whistle. Yeah, I mean, the Daniel Boone head coach was ticked. He's like, what? So all they did was they brought Small out and ran a screen, and he caught it and got 15 yards. That's the thing about Cameron Small. He can catch the ball, too. He isn't just a runner. He can catch the ball. These college coaches got to check this kid out. He doesn't have any offers yet. He should. We got empty here.
It will go empty set. Mikey Miller out of the Wildcat, up the gut. A couple of Blazers fall on top of him. Second down.
You know, if you're Rob Flowers, you got to be happy. Maybe he called timeout there just to settle him down and just say, hey, we don't want any turnovers. We want to be able to, play clean football here.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the drive's not over, Pat.
Exactly.
It's hey, the drive's not over. Yeah, we didn't score there. As Lacey taking in the screen pass. Nice tackle in the backfield. As that is Malachi Rowe coming down from his defensive back position, making the tackle.
So Alexis Contreras missed the block there, and then Lacey couldn't make the guy miss. Good tackle by the Daniel Boone player there. But what I like is they move Lacey. We've seen Lacey line up inside as like an inside tight end. We've seen him line up outside. We've seen him on the slot. So he's playing all over.
He's 6'3". He's a gigantic target. line him up all over the field. It's what I wanted Exeter to do with Joey Schlaffer back in the day. Dude's 6'6". Like, throw it to the guy who's 6'6". This time going over to the left-hand side of the field. One man missed inside the 10-yard line.
Great throw. They have to respect you deep, so they're sitting in their zone, and you run Lacey on a speed out. He catches it, gets upfield. Lacey looks so much more comfortable. Last year they were trying to play him at receiver, quarterback, and this year it's just a receiver. You can see he's really a lot more comfortable at receiver than he was a year ago.
13 yards on the play, 44 yards receiving for Lacey, 97 through the air for Baez. Baez will send Small out to his right. The handoff, I believe, is to Miller.
Yeah, it's Miller.
And Miller spinning around trying to get an extra yard or two out of it. Gets about 4. Maybe 3. Let's make it 10 yards now for Mikey. 2nd and 6. Or 2nd and goal from the 6.
What's this
and another stoppage of play here.
Timeout, Daniel Boone.
Will be timeout, Daniel Boone. We'll keep it here because you know why? We're going to talk birdies. Let's throw up the, yeah, there you go. Everybody's got a birdie story. First date, birthday bash, that one burger you still dream about for Jerry. It's the peanut butter and jelly burger. Peanut butter and Jerry burger. That's honestly what they should have named it. Birdie's in. Been feeding Exeter for decades with killer burgers, cold beer, and a stage that keeps the nights alive. Ready for what they have going on this week, Pat?
Yes, I want to hear.
Saturday, 7 to 10, Practical Saints and the Saints sing-along.
Nice.
That sounds
I could go do some singing.
thrilling. Sunday, 1 to 8, you got what else but the NFL Sunday Ticket. Monday, 5 to 8, you got Dancing on the Deck with DJ Jimmy 2K. Tuesday, 6:30 to 9:30, you have Open Mic Night. Wednesday, 7 to 9, you have Jumpin' Jay's Music Trivia on the Deck. Friday, from 7 to 10, you have Maddie Cass returning to the deck. It's not just food, it's not just fun. Yeah, it's not just food, it's not just fun, it's where memories are made. Birdie's in at 5 points in Exeter. Come make your story. Hayden Moyer will jog off the field here. Not quite sure what's going on there, but
they just called timeout.
He was asked to leave. They will replace him. I'm not sure if it was, looked like something Jersey related, potentially. So they have to go and throw Jesse Warden out there to replace him. Baez and Small in the backfield, trips right. This time, looking, corner of the end zone, he's got him. Touchdown Mules, Christian Coley in for 6.
Okay, so you got trips to the right, Small goes to the flat, and what do? You go to the tight end that you don't throw too much, and he runs out, and he's wide open.
How about that?
How great is that for Christian Cooley? He played quarterback last year, now he's playing tight end. He's been a unsung hero as a blocker, and now he catches a touchdown pass.
Doing it all, including touching, including catching tutties. That's what I was trying to go for, and that just did not work in my brain. 26-0 with a $1:39 left here in the first. They will go for 2, trying to make up for the misdeed last time around. Went to a blocked punt. Cam Small stutter steps, jukes to his left, in for 2. It's 28-0.
It is does not look good. 28-0. Mules are really taking care of business, which you love to see.
Mules do have somebody down on the field. It looks to be a lineman. In the meantime, yeah, there you go. You can watch that replay. Everyone crashing down on Cam Small, expecting the throw to go out into the flat, and Christian Coley sneaking through the end zone.
So, yeah, I mean, you got to feel good for Christian Coley. He could be a weapon that you can use in the goal line, short yardage, throw him the ball. He's big. He's a big frame. 6 foot 183. He's like somebody can go up and catch the ball. He doesn't have wheels, even though I said that to Coach Flowers 2 weeks ago. He goes, stop kidding with the kid. He doesn't have wheels. So if you're Coach Flowers, you got to feel ecstatic. You came in. You're the favorite. You should win this game. You're up 28-0. It's not even the end of the first yet. So this is taking care of business. And this is what you do. You put your foot on their neck, and you say, hey, we're gonna dominate you.
I believe that was Otero.
Yes.
Xavier getting up. He's walking under his own power, now jogging back to the sideline, which is a really good sign. Scoreboard updates from across the Lancaster-Lebanon League. Lampeter Strasburg over Cocalico at the end of 1, 3-0. Ephrata leading Garden spot 14-7. All these are at the end of Q1, not quarter 1. Well, technically quarter 1, but not that way. Anyway, Manheim Township 8, York 8 at the end of the first. Interesting scoreline. Dallastown leading Manheim Central 21-7. Solanco over Penn Manor 14-6. E-Town over McCaskey 14-0. Octorara over the best offense in the league, Kutztown 14-0 right now. Warwick leading the Falcons of Cedar Crest 13-6 in the second.
Wow.
Lebanon Conrad Weiser knotted up at 0 at the end of the first. I expect that to change. Hayden Moyer will field inside his own 5. We'll get back to that in a second. Jukes to his right, gets past a defender or two and pushed out.
The Crusaders, not the Crusaders, Cedars, right? Are they Cedars?
The Cedars.
Yeah, we play them next week.
We sure do, and we play them at home. And if they don't win here tonight, they're at, 43 or 44 straight losses. And
yeah,
I think it's
been a while.
45
Yeah.
potentially after today. And they play Weiser. Should be a winnable game for Weiser. Elko leading Lancaster Catholic 6-0 at the end of the first. Let's go Raiders. Mifflin and Hempfield tied at 7. Conestoga Valley and Dover. Nobody cares about that one, but it's 13. I think Conestoga. We will later in the year. West York 7, Donegal 0. Littlestown 14. The Dutchman from Anvil Cleona 7. DeLone Catholic leading the Northern Lebanon Vikings 3-0. Peckaway Valley and Morrisville tied at 0. Fleetwood leading Schuylkill Valley 18-0 at the end of 1. While they stole the Muhlenberg Daniel Boone score is 0-0. We know that's not true.
Yeah, we know that's not true. Yep.
Missing a couple digits. Once again, we'll have 2 in the backfield, and I think we're going to have an illegal motion. Will likely be Rowe. Anyway, let's finish this off here quick. Bristol 13, Hamburg 0, Bethlehem Catholic 14, Berks Catholic 3. Twin Valley leading Simon Gratz 42-0 in the first quarter. Pleasant Valley at Exeter, well, that probably isn't an updated one. Emmaus and Reading might not be updated. But Wilson and Nazareth, your game of the evening, 7-7 in the second quarter.
That's a heck of a game.
I believe Nazareth's quarterback committed to Auburn, if
Yes,
I'm correct.
He's Penn State. My recruiting job I do. He's been to Penn State. He was committed to Penn State. Where else? And now he's committed to Auburn. He's committed to 3 different schools.
Afraid of commitment?
That's not you, though.
Me? No, I've been married for 11 years.
Oh, you're a rookie. I've been married 20. I'm kidding.
It's not a competition of who loves their wife more.
I'm joking. I love you, baby.
Under a minute to play here in the first. My wife's definitely being a saint right now, taking our girls out to Chick-fil-A and just enduring the mayhem of the play area. It was a good run there on first down. Got them 11. And now we're going to have possibly an illegal motion again. And it will be. Another false start here. Just not getting that timing down with Rowe in motion.
Yeah, if you're Daniel Boone, I hate to say this. I've been there as a coach too many times in my life. You're not really focused on this game. I mean, you are, but you just got to get some momentum. I wouldn't even worry about find your best 5 plays right now. Just run them. Get some first downs. Get some momentum. It just looks so horrific right now on offense.
Last play here of the first. Rowe will go in motion and set up just off the tackle, and bad snap. They'll have to cover it up. It'll be third down and a country mile.
Yeah, what you're talking about, Nazareth, is Peyton Faison.
There we go.
He's going to Auburn. I couldn't remember his name for a second.
Neither could I.
Yeah, he's going to Auburn.
Wilson's gotten things figured out here in the early going. You were trying to figure out how you're going to get past, Tommy Hunsaker graduating, and oh, they're doing just fine.
Yep.
Don't worry about Wilson. They're always fine.
Yep.
It looks to be the end of the first quarter here, so we will take a quick break. At the end of one, your Mules up on top, 28-0. After the first stanza, we will be back here. Daniel Boone football, 3rd and 15 when we return on the Mules Sports Network.
You know, a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. And I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
Back here in Birdsboro. Now I can actually, this is the first time that we've seen the Blazers. That one up and over the head. He's just going to have to heave it. It's going to be
intentional grounding. You can't do that.
It's going to be intentional grounding in the end
should be a
zone. There's the
safety.
flag. Woof. 15 yards, loss of down. I think they have to go half the distance in this case. Otherwise, they line him up on the goal line. Oh, it's in the end zone, so it is a safety. So
Yeah, because it's in the if you
Never
get
mind.
Boney in the end zone, it's a safety.
never mind. I knew that.
So he's trying to throw it away. I get, maybe
Yeah,
he's
that
just
one.
there.
Either way, you boot it out the back of the end zone, it's a safety. You fall on top of it and you get tackled in the
It's-
end zone, it's a safety. You throw it for intentional grounding, it's a safety. All roads led to a safety there,
Unless you fumbled
unfortunately.
it.
Unless you fumbled
and they
it.
picked it up and they could have scored a touchdown, but you're right.
All right, I got 3 out of the 4.
You did. You're right. You're good.
3 out of the 4 options there. 3 led to a safety. Not quite sure what's going on with the scoreboard reading.
Yeah, I don't know.
1:13 remaining here in the second as we just got started. Chris's time is unofficial, but apparently so is the scoreboards. So
So I'm on the laptop here. I got Exeter 14, Pleasant Valley 0. So I'm watching that as well here. On Jerry G1, you call that, right?
sorry about that. Yes, that was Jerry Gell of Media 1.
You want to know a fun fact? I've never.
3 was the Mules.
You know I've never been there? I've never. Listen to this. I've never been to Exeter.
What?
Well, I never coached against them, and I've never gone there for a broadcast. So I've never been to Exeter once. Isn't that crazy?
It's a delightful field, one that I
It looks
believe
beautiful.
they're replacing again shortly.
Yeah, I've never been to Exeter Stadium.
It's already been 10 years since they installed the current turf.
You got to do it every 10 years,
So
or
they're-
it gets really bad.
Yeah. 10 years is usually the standard. You can stretch it to 12 to 15 under, I've done my research. You can stretch it to 12 to 15 under really good conditions.
So
I'm talking
Ryan has a
talking
minor in turf
A,
management.
talking, look, A, you got perfect weather. B, you're not dealing with snow. C, it's lightly used. Like you can drag out a decade and a half out of it under perfect circumstances. Northeast weather, and these being multi-purpose fields for soccer, field hockey, lacrosse, football. Not nearly as lucky up here in the Northeast. Yeah, 10 years.
Oh, good punt.
Good punt. Once again, a spiral. This one taken in by Lacey. He's going to slow roll it now, going all the way to his right, looking for space. He's across midfield, across the 45-40, and tackled ahead of the 35, which is where the Blazers will give up that field position. And the Mules will take over. Now we got the scoreboard up and running here, 11:04. I think I know what they were going for there. I think it was supposed to be 11:30 or 11:30 something. One of the cool things that you always do here with the Blazers is you can see up there the green lights flashing up there by the red moon, which we might get at a different break. They got the drone up there flashing around.
Oh, wow.
Taking a bomb again for Lacey.
Wow.
And Lacey will be tackled inside the 5, but it's another 30-plus yard bomb down the field.
Again, outside hitches, inside seam. Beautiful throw by Baez. Oh, my God. This kid can sling it.
38 to the 3-yard line, it looks like. 35 on the play. I don't have Baez missing a pass so far. By my numbers, he's 6 for 6 for a $132, which is insane. Lacey and, by the way, Lacey and Miller have 2 of the top, I believe, top 5, if not top 10 receiving performances this year in Lancaster Lebanon League, as Mikey Miller will get his chance to reach across the goal line. And he's across. 36-0. Go the Mules.
Wildcat. Little Wildcat there, and touch the Mules.
Yeah, please don't try to do the Nittany Lion roar. Yeah, they always do over the radio and at the stadium.
The Wildcat. So they did the Wildcat there, pull the backside guard, and there he goes. He goes upfield. Nice run by Mikey Miller.
Mikey Miller following his blockers, just pushing, churning legs, and getting across.
So who's got touchdowns? Coley got the last one. Smalls got 2. Miller's got 1. Right?
There you go.
Jeez, they're just.
Kick is up. Kick is through. 37-0 Mules right now.
Isn't it crazy the difference 2 years makes? We were here 2 years ago. It was the polar opposite. It was a complete blowout. The other way, Daniel Boone was destroying Muhlenberg. 2 years later, Muhlenberg's come back and taken care of business.
Didn't get to touch on it much, but we can when we come back. But we'll talk about the culture here in Muhlenberg. 37-0, 10:29 remaining here in the second. We'll take a quick break and return right here on the Mules Sports Network.
Life moves fast. Your insurance should keep up. At Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, Brad Coley shops over 30 top-rated carriers to find the right coverage for you. Home, auto, business, life. Whatever you need, they've got your back. Real service, real savings, real fast. Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, the power of choice.
Kickoff is away here, as that one will die around the 15-yard line. And then, oh my goodness. Fantastic job that time. It looked like Alexis Cantras coming all the way down from his gunner position and just wiping him out as soon as it's picked up at the 15.
Yeah, 5'10", 185-pound senior who's been getting some time at receiver, and he's doing a nice job, and great job there.
Well, I did have that quote, and now I can't get online, so. 14-0 Exeter, by the way.
Yeah, 14-0 Exeter. We're watching that as well. They come out here, 2 running backs in the backfield again for the Blazers.
They will fake the handoff. QB keeper up the gut. Almost gets a first down.
I think they've only got 1 first down on the day, don't they? It was the first drive when they hit the slant.
Yep. And that is the only pass that has been completed. He's completed as many passes to the Mules as he has his own team right now as Stout. Anyway, talking about the feel-good victory last week, 48-0, and we're already a third of the way there, or 3/4 of the way there. Yeah, I can do math. But Captain Xavier Otero, and
what are they doing here? They were all confused.
Malachi Rowe flung his gloves about 10 yards behind him, which stopped play. And I don't know if that was intentional because they wanted to call a timeout, but now Daniel Boone is going to take a timeout. Anyway, Xavier Otero, talking about that 48-0 victory, said it was a heartfelt moment. I almost cried. It was so great. I love this team so much. I love this community. And you talk about the community that Coach Rob Flowers is trying to build. He tried to build it here in Daniel Boone. Now he gets to take all of that, bring it to Muhlenberg after, pit stop in Reading too while we're at it. But now with the Mules, that's what he's trying to build. It's that community of winners. He talks about it all the time. They have it printed on shirts. They have it on the plaques that we'll be giving out the remaining 7 weeks of the season for, game MVPs. And it says right on there, community of winners. That's exactly what they're trying to do. And I think that is part of what makes Muhlenberg special this year compared to 2 years ago when we were here trying to call them, because it was very much a lost team that didn't quite know which direction to go. There wasn't enough time to get anything accomplished. There weren't any gaps. There weren't any, there was no protection for a QB. And they've just completely turned things around, at least due in large part to Coach Rob Flowers.
I'm very happy, that we got to see that. It was tough
So
2
am I.
years ago because you saw it when it was at the lowest, okay? And it was bad. That Lebanon game that they won, they shouldn't even got a credit for a win. That was so ugly.
It was
Remember that?
so ugly.
Oh, my, but they beat them. I mean, they got one win.
It was so bad.
And
They
then-
squeaked that one
and
out on
then
the road.
The 2 years, it was so bad week to week, you and me. I remember it was brutal.
Well, it's running clocks all second half.
And it wasn't the kids' fault. It was the coaching staff. It was a lot that just couldn't get it right. And now, 2 years later, last year, first year, they had positive signs by winning 4 games. But there are some growing pains here and there. And now you see this year. They're coming out. And again, their third straight blowout, up 37-0. We're not even close to halftime yet.
Well,
And they're just taking care of business.
It's just kind of that quintessential. You have Muhlenberg, who obviously is the bigger school. They're much bigger than Daniel Boone. So they should have a better selection of talent, better selection of players, better facilities, and as jumping off side, that time was Quinones. Bit on the hard count that time. See first down. What's up? 3 stoppages in a row there. You have a team like Muhlenberg, and it's just like inconceivable that they could be, a one-win team and playing against smaller schools in Berks County and still getting run out of the building.
Yeah.
2 years ago, they got run out of right here of this building against Daniel Boone. So things can change in a hurry. And a large part of that is just culture when it comes to the Mules.
Absolutely, and I agree. And
Keep it deeper across the 35.
And Coach Flowers, the other thing he's saying everybody looks, he said this at media, everybody kind of looks down upon Muhlenberg. It's kind of a,
Good.
cross,
Honestly,
but
good.
like even the community, it's a little bit, it's right outside Reading, doesn't have the flair.
Oh, you
of
mean
other
looked
places.
on that way? I thought you meant like
No, but
bad
I'm saying,
football
like,
team
that's what he
sneaking
said.
in as an underdog.
And he's like, so they have that chip on their shoulder. But I think after these first 3 weeks, and then you play that the football team, everybody's kind of, we don't know about them. Now the respect's gonna happen. All these coaches are gonna realize Muhlenberg's a good football team, and you better be ready to play.
Speaking of good football teams, Quinones making up for his mistake a little bit ago. That time chasing down and riding Hayden Moyer. 21-0 Exeter right now. Still in the second.
So you got to feel good here. It's 37-0. You're in control of this game. Daniel Boone's doing what he should. You just want to get some first downs. I mean, it's already a blowout. Like, if you can get to half, it's only 37-0. That's the best you could do right now.
I mean, this is...
Oh, here's your formation again.
Yeah, okay.
God.
I thought that they threw this in the garbage. Apparently not. We'll see what they try to run off of this. If they screen it again, or if they... Yeah, this time they'll just run a QB draw. Got the first down. Clock theoretically should have moved there. It's stuck at 8:13.
I don't know why they're not running the clock. There you go.
Now they wound the clock. First down on the 40-yard line. And I think that might be the second first down that they've had all game.
Yeah. It's been, if you're a Daniel Boone fan, it's got to be tough. You come here to see your kid play or just a fan. It's just, you're down 37-0. It's not even halftime yet, so.
I think going back to what we were talking about, I would just love to see this program at the very least, as they hand off to Moyer, bounces off a tackler. He's across the 45. Is just see them almost in, I think that you would accept like a Governor Mifflin situation, right? Mifflin's always just kind of hanging around, and you know, even on bad years, 6-4, like, you know, it's just that 8-3, 8-2, 7-3, 6-4, like somewhere in there that you're hovering above the 500 mark every single season because you're taking care of business against the teams that you need to take care of business against. And they'll be hopefully up to 3 wins here by the end of this one.
You know,
Now they'll hand off again. This time to Stout across midfield.
yeah, they gave it to Moyer here.
Or sorry, to Moyer.
Where was this the first drive of the game? Now they're running the ball. They should have came out and did this the first drive. They're finding a little momentum. Run the ball a little bit.
I don't have the answer to that, Pat. Not coaching the Blazers.
Yeah, that's true. But, you know, you feel good. Your Blazers at least get a little momentum here.
It harkens back to us calling the Mules 2 years ago in a 1-win season, right? It's what are the little things that you can take out of these games? What are the things that you can progress and move forward with? You know, what? And that one, I think we're going to have either a false start or it's one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two. You know, one thing I'm noticing is a couple young guys in there. Number 15 is in the game is Caleb Perez. He's a sophomore, 6 foot, 140-pound sophomore DB. So they got him getting some reps at corner. So this is a prime opportunity. Get your young guys in there, especially the second half. You could play these young guys, and they're going to get an opportunity for the second week in a row to get some playing time. And,
How about that?
you know, and that's great because now these guys get some playing time and get to develop and get better as well.
And I think we may have a timeout here by the Mules. And if you're Coach Rob Flowers, I think you're just bringing your team over and being like, all right, obviously they're running the football a little bit here. Let's tighten things up, right? You pitched a shutout last week against Reading. Let's try to pitch a shutout back-to-back weeks. How sweet would that be? And you got to stop them right here for sure. 6:31 remaining, 37-0 in favor of the Mules. Now they're sending that drone back up there. You can see it floating down. Little tiny one. Might be one of those DJI minis. Looks like a mini. Pretty cool that they get to send it up there, get some shots, especially around this time. You can get the moon in the background, you can get some sunsets in the background, football on the field.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This is the first time that I'm not freezing my giblets off here at Daniel Boone. Usually this is always the game that it's cold for no reason. It's the first time that you're like, oh, it's fall. There's another flag thrown on the field. All sorts of laundry getting tossed around out there. Pat needs to take a break from standing.
27-0 Exeter now. This is the longest first half ever. Everybody else is close to halftime.
I mean, theoretically, so are we.
Theoretically. You can't do a running clock till the second half.
We're closer to halftime than we are at the start of the game.
Smart Alec.
Another 1st and 10 here. Probably not what Rob Flowers was hoping for out of the timeout. This time they'll fake. Stout puts 1 foot in the ground.
There's like 5 Mules right there. Poor Stout.
He decided to try to cut back against the grain. He put that foot in the ground, stuck hard trying to cut back, and Mules weren't fooled. Never want to see somebody bounce things outside unnecessarily, but in that case, might have helped. As we wind down inside of 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Second half will be a running clock.
Yes, well, it should, as long as it's got to be stay up 35-0.
You got to make a stop here.
Got to stay up to 35. If it gets below that, it can't. So if the Blazers would score.
2nd and 10. Rolling out, looking, firing this one. Nearly picked off by Mikey Miller. diving effort there.
They were trying to do a double move with Hayden Moyer. And, Lacey grabbed his jersey. They could have called a defensive holding, but the ref did not call it.
Stout, by my count, is 1 for 8 throwing the football here this evening.
Well, it could be worse. Could be 0 for 9. He's
Could be
trying,
0 for 9.
man. He's trying his best.
I think that really just shows you how improved this defense has gotten over the last 2 years, too. It's not even a fair comparison.
I mean, we don't talk about him, but Cam Small is an incredible linebacker.
Once again, a little mid-screen, tracked down by Burr. It'll be 4th down, as I believe that they're shy of the first, and it may only be by about a yard or so. I think they're going for it regardless of what the yardage was. And we have an injured Blazer down on the field. And it will be their star wideout, Malachi Rowe. Rowe, 5'11", $160. Amongst the league leaders in catches, he had 11 coming into tonight's contest. 5 in the first week, 6 in week 2. And he's seen a couple thrown his way this time around. I believe that he has that 1 catch for 8 yards.
He does on a slant.
On the slant.
First drive of the game.
Let me tell you, I want to see more concepts like that. And that was the first time that we really saw the Mules run a slant pattern of any sort. And when I tell you, was it 2 weeks ago? I want to see more slants, more drags, more things that will just have nice, easy tosses right in front of you. And very clearly, I was thinking, and very clearly, I was also thinking that Baez, being, oh, look at this young QB, oh, he's going to struggle to throw the ball down the. What the heck was I talking about?
Well,
he's not struggling to throw. The only thing he wants to do is throw it downfield. And right now, he's 6 for 6 for 132 yards and a touchdown.
First half, he was a little off against Schuylkill Valley.
He missed a couple, and then he dialed it in for the second.
He dialed it in, and Flowers talked about this a lot. He said in the offseason, he said he had a little, at the media day, he said he had a little hitch in his delivery. So they spent the whole offseason kind of retooling his throwing motion. And the other thing was they worked on his drops. They worked on, just everything. His quarterback's coach, I don't know who it is down there, but one of the quarterback's coaches just worked with him all season. And he said that was their number one goal on offense, was to get better at his passing game. And you could see it. You could see the results through 2.5 weeks, almost 2.5 weeks here. It's just a way better passing game. So, when you get in, and let's just say in 2 weeks, you play Governor Mifflin, who's a good team. They're 7-7 right now against Hempfield, who's a 6A team. Governor Mifflin's going to be a heck of a game in 2 weeks when you play them. They're gonna try to stop Cam Small, and if they stop him, you're gonna need Baez to throw the ball, and right. I think he can, and we'll see when you play a good team like Governor Mifflin.
Well, I think you can say, all right, well he only knows how to throw the ball deep. Yeah, that slant pattern to Mikey Miller hit him right in the hands, right? He's been running that wheel route out of the backfield. We haven't seen that play at all today, by the way. We haven't seen that Mikey Miller in motion, at least not running to success. They might have kind of feigned off of it once, but you haven't seen that play that they ran against Schuylkill Valley that Mikey Miller scored on, where you have him running out there almost like arena football, They're just continuously adding new wrinkles to this playbook, so you're not quite sure what bag of tricks you're getting out of them when they come to town.
It is awesome to see because it's Wildcat, it's trips, it's bunch, it's everything what you can think of.
Well, and they might have drawn him offside here on 4th and 2. Let's see. It will be a false start.
36 jumped off a false start.
The one thing that you can't do when you're doing a hard count of your own is go offside yourself. They bring you over to the huddle. They let you know what the snap count's going to be.
Tegan Rickert was really trying to block a tight end, and so he fired off. So now you got 4th and 8, 4th and 7 here.
4th and 6, according to the scoreboard, if you trust it.
We'll give it to you. Give it to that.
I don't trust statistics these days.
Fake news?
Not in this economy.
Fake news?
Under 5 to play. They'll roll out, throwing down the seam, and it's intercepted. Looked like a tailor-made pick here by Zona. The second interception of the first half.
They're trying to get the ball to Moyer down the seam, and He read it the whole way. Great pick by Zona. 44 playing safety. That's a hilarious number. Usually 44 is a linebacker, and Zona read it perfectly. Way to play your deep safety. Read the quarterback's eyes and pick it.
Looked like it was thrown right to him, or whatever that matters.
It looked like he ran the route.
I was going to say one of the late greats who wore the a 40 number as a safety was Pat Tillman.
Yes.
I was going to say, I could have sworn that he had a 4 as the
No, I
first
can't remember
digit,
his number.
and he was 40 and 42 for
42.
the Cardinals. Not 44. Now you can wear whatever number you want. Baez throwing deep again, and that one he's going to end up overshooting. Looking for Cantras.
Man, I should have brought bug spray. There's gnats everywhere. Alexis Cantras, just a little overthrown. That's his first game. I think that's
his first incompletion
of the day. Yeah. We
Yeah,
have
how
to
about
change
that?
it. We have to change the name from Birdsboro to Bugsboro.
It's worse when you get by the grass because that's where they're all hanging out and swarming.
I feel like I'm at Lake
It's
Erie.
a little bit different here because we're in the grandstand. There's nowhere for them to, pollinate, I guess. Second down and 10 now. Baez in the backfield. He will hand off a little reverse counter to Mikey Miller, and Mikey Miller's untouched. He's going to go from the 27-yard line all the way 73 yards. Touchdown, Mikey Miller.
Another wrinkle. You had Miller stacked in front of Lacey, and then on the snap he got the ball and he ran a end
little
around,
reverse, yeah.
little reverse, and he hit the hole. Alexis
73
Cantras,
yards.
great block. He destroyed the corner, knocked him down, and that was the only buddy had a chance. And Mikey Miller shows speed kills. And I forgot my thing. Touchdown Mules. Great job, Mules.
43-0 now.
What a run by Mikey Miller.
Well, and again, we're seeing a handful of plays that we really haven't seen. That one, just a little counter play. Miller standing in front, fakes to his left, goes to his right. There's nothing there. And nothing but green the entire way. 44-0 now with 4:20 remaining in the first half. Mercifully, I think that we're going to go and take a quick break here, regardless of if we need one. We've been talking for a while. So when we return, it'll be Daniel Boone football here on the Mules Sports Network.
At Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market, they keep it simple. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious. In the mood for a hoagie? Choose one from the menu or tell them what you want. A hot sandwich or a cheesesteak? They've got that covered too. Lunch meat for a family gathering? They have it fresh cut to order. Craving Italian? There are imported specialties you won't find anywhere else. Along with drinks, chips, snacks, and hot or cold brewed coffee in caramel, French vanilla, and hazelnut flavors. That's Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market. 15 Village Center Drive in Flying Hills. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious.
Back here, not in Brazil, we're watching the Sao Paulo game. The Chiefs and Chargers. Kickoff is away. And it's fielded around the 15-yard line, and they're not going to get across the 25. A swarm of Mules all right there. Emilio Alvarez is certainly one of them. You can see the number 22, and there's a handful more that were in on the stop. Looks like it might have been Ian Rodriguez as well. And I think Alexis Cantras as well. The 23-yard line is where the Blazers will start things here. Could be their final drive of the first half with 4:15 left. Stout moving some guys around. Now they'll move them all the way in line there. Sure. Not sure if it mattered because he didn't even touch a single mule on that play. Brought him all the way down to the line to block, and then he didn't touch anyone. It'll be second down. They gain about 4.
I think I just run the ball. You've really struggled throwing the ball. You got 1 completion all game.
And yeah, you're going to drain the clock, and it's going to take a while. But at this point in time, you're not winning this football game. I know that might be very presumptuous of me with 3:45 remaining here in the first and 44-0 Mules. Ain't over till it's over. But again,
I think
it's trying to find the small things that you can build off of every single week. And one of those things is, hey, we can run the football against a pretty good team and their starters, as that time unable to run the football against this team and their very good starters. Hayden Moyer nowhere to go.
It's just tough. It's just tough for, I feel bad for these Daniel Boone players. There's just not much going on right now.
I almost, watching Justin Herbert here, I almost named my fantasy team 11 Herberts and Spices after KFC. Saquonda forever. Under 3 to play here in the first. Wish we could just skip and hit fast forward on this a little bit.
Hey, they completed another
That was
pass.
a nice little play action there. You complete the pass. There you go, at around the 45, gain of 17 on 3rd and 7, got a first down.
Braden Floria. Nice play. It ran a little out in the flat, caught the ball, turned upfield. Nice job by Braden Floria. Second completion of the game.
Tight end with a little bit of giddy up there. What were we saying about just running the football, Pat?
Well, hey, you take it. If
I
you're-
know.
You're DB. You're Daniel Boone. You're down 44-0.
Well, now you wonder if the coaching staff gets a little bit itchy, and this time they won't. Stout up the gut on the keeper. He's around midfield. Gain of 5.
Kind of crazy they're playing a division game. Week 1 in Brazil.
And the fact that the Birds and Cowboys played week 1 and the Cowboys had to be in the stadium as the Birds lowered their Super Bowl champion banner.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
That was good soup.
Good soup.
Good soup.
All right, here we go.
2 minutes left here in the first. That was an Adam Driver reference.
Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, all right.
I didn't know that.
Never
so.
mind.
I don't know who Adam
Hand off
Driver is.
that time, trying to run a counter and just nothing there.
Who's Adam Driver?
Stout immediately running over to the coaching staff looking for the next play after he realizes that one was dead. Ruffner brought down in the backfield. As Cooper Burr, all sorts of disruptions here this evening. He's got the pick 6. And this time he's got the
He's such a
tackle in the
good player.
backfield. Another tackle for loss for him.
He's such a good player. He is playing so well at linebacker.
Need those guys at all levels.
Yes.
I think their defensive line is most certainly,
Improved.
especially those big guys up the gut to stop the run. Those guys have most certainly improved. Now it's a jailbreak. They'll throw the screen, and that is so well read. It's not even funny. As Ian Rodriguez just slipped past all of those blockers as they had their backs turned, trying to get around in position to start blocking. He just blows right past him. And speaking of blowing, blows it up in the backfield. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, Ian Rodriguez, a 5'10", 182-pound sophomore.
Read perfectly.
So they're mixing guys in. They took Small out now, took Mikey Miller out. Get those young guys in there. Great job by Ian Rodriguez to read that.
35 seconds left here. Kick is away. The kick is a high spiral that is going to take a Muhlenberg bounce to about the
That thing went
49.
high.
Yeah. That's the proverbial home run in an elevator shaft.
That thing went high.
It is straight up in the air and straight back down again.
Just take a knee, Rob. Let's go to halftime.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they're going to do here
I
on
gotta go to the
44-0.
bathroom. 44-0. Oh, what a performance by the Mules.
The only bad thing is somebody's going to lose 2 yards in the stat sheet. We're still not done. We have another half of football, guys. It's going to be a running clock. We have another half of football yet. It's 44-0 Mules, and it is 8:19, and we are just getting here to halftime. Cool. Baez, the handoff to Small. Small following blockers off to the right-hand side. It's going to be 50-0.
Why
As
not?
Cam Small from 51 yards.
What can you say?
I know what
Incredible
you can. I know what you can say, Pat.
It was an incredible run.
No, that wasn't it.
What?
You're missing something.
What? Touch on Mules!
There you go.
Oh, sorry, I'm
There you
out.
go.
Tired. Sorry.
There you go.
Touch on Mules!
Well, never mind. Forget about taking a knee
Yeah,
there.
I lost my train of thought. I've never seen so many points and a half. I might fall asleep.
I don't know.
50 points and a half?
Exeter
Have
did
you ever
this
seen
last
50,
week.
50 points and a half?
Yeah, last week.
Have
when
the Mules
Exeter
ever
did it.
scored? What was 48? What was the score last week to Reading?
I will ask Perplexity here at halftime to see the largest.
Was it 48-0 last week against Reading? A half?
I don't believe so.
51 now, nothing.
Now
In
it's
the first
51-0.
half.
First half of play. Yeah, so Daniel Boone's given up a league worst 107 points entering tonight's contest. And well, they're up to $1.58 right now. Pretty sure they may still lead the Lancaster-Lebanon League in that category by the end of this evening.
It's just, the Mules are humming, and the Blazers are not. And
Not sure the
on
last
the
time
other
that we've
side.
really seen a Mules offense quite like this. Just churning and
Last
burning in the
week.
way that they
I'm just saying, I don't
clip
know.
that, Jerry.
I don't know.
When you listen to that,
Yeah, I don't.
just go ahead and clip
I mean,
it.
last year was good. 2 years ago was horrific. Year before that wasn't very. I don't know. I'm not a Mules historian. We need a Mules historian out here.
Oof. And another big tackle that time on a kickoff return.
Just let it go. Yep, go halftime. Oh my God, 2 seconds.
That looked like Corey Little coming up potentially. Looked like a 55. And now with 2 seconds left.
Just take a knee. It's 8:22.
Let's all get home so we can watch Melrose.
Oh my God, it's 8:22. Teams are in the second half already.
Teams are almost done with their games already.
Oh man, this is
So many clock stoppages. We have had a couple of injuries as well that have stopped the clock.
And they each, I think, used all 3 of their timeouts.
And Stout will take the knee.
All right.
Just burning those 2 seconds off the clock before taking a knee. And unfortunately for him, that's going to hurt his rushing totals because he just took like a 7-yard knee. So, at the end of the first half, something that we probably haven't said ever here on the Mule Sports Network, it's 51-0. Muhlenberg at the break. Actually, I know that we haven't said that before. It's 51-0 at the break. Let's take a break. Let's pay some love to sponsors, recap the first half when we come back, and then we'll have running clock for the second half. Blink and you'll miss it. But 51-0, Mules just keep on rolling here in the first part of their season. More to come when we return on the Mule Sports Network.
You're watching the Mule Sports Network on Jared Gallup Media.
ignites underneath those blazing lights. Cleats hit the turf, the battle's on. The roar of fans, the beat of hearts, it's where the legend always starts. Friday night, we're burning bright. JG Media brings the fight. Exeter shouts, the mules inside. Friday night lights, so it's our night. Helmets clash, the sparks they fly. Dreams are made beneath the sky. Every play's a shot to shine. The countdown's loud, the tension's real. This is how the champions feel. Friday night, we're burning bright. JG Media brings the fight. Exeter shouts, the mules inside. Friday night lights, so it's our night. It's our Friday night, we're burning bright. JG Media brings the fight. Exeter shouts, the mules inside. Friday night lights, oh, it's our night. It's our
What rise and undulates next is not for the faint of heart. Seal men are curious creatures and furious oddities. Part 2 Freaks kicks off with Incantation from Cirque du Soleil. Britney Spears' 2008 release Circus ups the unsettled ante of avarice. Freak flag for the Broadway spectacle Shrek celebrates the outsider, the geek, and the weirdo in all of us. And closing this celebration of eccentricity is 2014's Melbourne bounce legend, Freaks, by Timmy Trumpet and Savage.
you keep twisting it. You have it too tight on this. You have it too tight on this. All you need to do is loosen it a little bit on this. You had this too tight and it was twisting that, so it came loose. See? You notice how I can move it this easy, but it doesn't go anywhere? You gotta make sure you catch it right.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Just surrender because you feel the feeling take you over. Tell me, where do you want to go? This is the greatest show. The anthemic masterpiece of the hit 2017 film, The Greatest Showman. We celebrate the embracing of individuality, finding a community of value and acceptance, and pursuing one's dreams regardless of societal expectations. Join us in the final act of our circus transformation. Once again, the Muhlenberg High School Marching Blue Band. The staff and students would like to thank the Muhlenberg School District Board of Directors, Central Administration, and the High School Administration and staff for their enthusiastic support. Keep the circus alive inside you, and may your hearts be filled with circus days until we next meet. Good night.
back here in Birdsboro. 51-0. Mules currently leading. Was just me and my good friend Perplexity AI doing a deep dive into Muhlenberg statistics, at least whatever you can find on the interwebs. And Mike Drago actually has a really nice breakdown of a lot of these things, and that's where they're pulling them from. So is it appropriate at this point in time to discuss historical records?
Yeah, I think so.
Your largest margin of victory in school history was a 55-0 shutout against Kutztown in 1992.
Where were you in 1992?
I was 4.
Wow.
I was 4.
I was 13.
I was 4. The largest loss, by the way, the largest margin that they've ever participated in was a 70-point margin twice, and that was in the early 2020s here. It was the 77-7 loss to Exeter in 21 and the 70-0 loss against Mannheim Central. I don't think that we're getting there tonight in that category, but we'll see if the second team, which I'm sure that Coach Flowers will end up putting out here, will get a score on the board. And if they do, it'll be potentially the highest margin to victory in Muhlenberg Mules history.
You gotta love this for the kids in the community because, you know, the program was really in bad shape, and, you know, they really struggled. And so to see them come out and play this well, not just this week, the first 2 weeks, so 2.5 weeks they've dominated. And you gotta feel real good. Because, you know, you look in the Lancaster 11 League, Wilson's always good, right? Wilson hasn't had a losing season since 1964. Mannheim Township's always good. You know, the rest of that, you know, Section 1 kind of struggles.
Central ebbs and flows.
You know,
that's more Section 2.
Mannheim Central has dominated, but they've been down. Lampeter Stroudsburg's on a run. But certain teams have been on a run. Why Missing's always good, right? But for
as I know, I watched it last year.
For Muhlenberg, you know, not a traditional team. Not recently at least. I know they had some really good teams back in the day. Not really been good in the last 10 years, maybe 15 years. To go back and now they're going to be 3-0. It looks like next week. Good potential to beat Lebanon. Be 4-0. To be 4-0 going in against a Governor Mifflin team. That game is gonna be insane.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to
go 5-0.
I don't want to say it. If you want to pull up scores from around Lancaster, Lebanon, we can go over those.
All right, if you want to say them, I'll pull them up. Here you go.
Yeah, here we go. Wow. both of us with the exact same reaction seeing that score. Lampeter Strasburg and Cacalico 3-0 at the end of the third quarter in favor of not the Eagles. It would be the Pioneers.
Yep.
Leading Cacalico. Yeah, 3-0.
Cacalico's 0-2, surprising.
That is surprising.
They lost to E-Town, who looks improved. That's another Muhlenberg opponent. And then they lost to New Oxford, who's been a really good team the last couple of years in York Adams League.
So LS leading Cacalico. LS is always there at the end of the year.
Good.
I mean, they were right there with YO in Section 4. They're just a juggernaut every single year. The Mounts on top of Garden Spot, 24-10. Mannheim Township, aforementioned, leading York. No longer 8-8, by the way. It's 22-14 in favor of Township. Dallastown over Mannheim Central, 21-16. Solanco leading Penn Manor at the break, 21-14. The E-Town Bears leading McCaskey, 28-0 in the third quarter. Octorara over Kutztown, 20-7, end of 3. Warwick running away with it from Cedar Crest, 27-6.
That's a little surprising. Warwick must be a lot better because Cedar Crest has been really good in Section 1. And so for Warwick
usually
to
pretty, 500 or better.
Well, last year I think they won 7-8 games, and now a Warwick team's taking it to them. So Warwick looks like a much better team.
Yeah, I called Cedar Crest a couple of years ago on the radio station. They still have those, believe it or not. They were playing McCaskey that night. Weiser over Lebanon 14-6 at halftime. That is an odd score as it currently stands. Elko leading Lancaster Catholic 14-0 at the break as well. Hempfield over Governor Mifflin 14-7 in the third quarter. That's That'll wrinkle your brain a little bit too. Conestoga Valley 25-0 over Dover. West York 24-0 over Donegal. Littlestown leading Annville Cleona 21-13. DeLone Catholic over the Vikings of Northern Lebanon 15-6. Pequay Valley and Morrisville, that score has not been updated. Either that or they're in a time warp. Fleetwood and Schuylkill Valley, that one's still an 18-point margin for the Tigers at the break. Obviously, Muhlenberg leading Daniel Boone 51-0. Nazareth leading Wilson 17-7 at the break. And Mason Redding hasn't been updated quite yet. Exeter leading Pleasant Valley 27-0 at half. Twin Valley, most of those points in the first quarter, by the way. 55-8 over Simon Gratz at the break. Bethlehem Catholic leading Berks Catholic 41-13. Leading's a very strong word. And Bristol over Hamburg 29-0 in the third quarter. What do we got tomorrow? Columbia, York Tech. Nobody cares about that. And Academy of the New Church at Wyomissing. People will care about that one. Wyo won that one on the road last year, a game that we could not cover because it was at a school called Academy of the New Church. You can imagine not a lot of room in the press box there. So we were unable to call that one, but they did win. That was the week after they lost to the Haverford School. They came back and beat the Haverford School in the rematch this year at Wyo. Again, this one will be on Saturday, tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 at Wolfram Field.
So a couple of scores, Ephrata looks good.
Yeah, you talk about Lancaster Lebanon League here.
So,
you wax poetic about it.
So Ephrata is another opponent, when we get into section play for the Mules. So you got to play them down. They look real good this
See
year.
them October 10th.
Yeah, Coach Miller's done a great job there. So they're being, a garden spot team that's been pretty solid the last couple of years. Who else? Elizabethtown, 28-0. McCaskey looks bad, but E-Town looks a lot better. They beat Calico week 1, which was the shocker. So that's another opponent where they play them in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month. So, the Mules play them down the road. So E-Town's another one, good. Taking it to McCaskey, who looks really bad this year. And then who else here? We got Mifflin, who we're going to play in 2 weeks. Hempfield, they're playing a big 6A school. And then they're giving Hempfield everything they can. They were up 7-0. Hempfield's battle back is 14-7 right now.
Yeah, I can tell you that Muhlenberg E-Town game probably will look markedly different. E-Town ended up winning last year on a very late touchdown. Cam Small, 4 touchdown runs in that contest, but they gave up 383 yards on the ground, almost 10 yards a pop to the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if that quite happens in that fashion this year, at least not with the way that the defense has been rolling so far.
I think the defense has improved, so we do got to update Mifflin 14, Hempfield 14.
Well,
so
there
it's
you
tied.
That's the one that I'm keeping an eye on because I'm most concerned about where Mifflin kind of stacks up here and where that's going to be in week 5. Because it could be – this is going to be the first time in a long time that this team is going to start 3-0. They could be 4-0 for the first time in a very long time next week. Then you start racking up like, all right, what about you, E-Town? How are you doing? How are you looking coming in here week? Well, you got Mifflin week 5. So you're keeping an eye on how Mifflin's doing, right? And then you're looking at E-Town week 6. And then you finally get Exeter week 7. It's not inconceivable that if they keep playing like this, you could have a head-to-head undefeated matchup with us and the Exeter Eagles in a game that I will not be able to cover. Very sadly.
Oh, well, you can't cover that night.
No, I'll be up in State College, believe it or not.
Okay. Well,
not for a Penn State game, for a Burroughs conference, but it's on a weekend that Penn State is at UCLA.
Okay.
So we're up there for the weekend.
No, you got to think, like, if you're, and I'm jumping the gun big time here, but
so was I.
If you're Muhlenberg, how many wins does it take to make the playoffs? What, 5, 6? Imagine having a playoff game.
In 5A,
yeah. So if you get to 5 or 6, wins, you're in the playoffs. So that'd be incredible if the Mules could make the playoffs.
Well, and we're away here to start off the second half. Kickoff is fielded by Warden, and Warden is corralled before he hits the 20.
Number 22, Jesse Warden on the return for the Blazers.
So now you would expect, Coach Flowers has probably all his backups in, maybe
well,
some
let's take a peek. This is the point in time where we get to pull out the Sharpie and...
I like a highlighter, all right?
Or the Where you can break out the highlighter. You want the highlighter?
I love my highlighters.
There you go.
Lee Corso likes pencils.
Take a peek.
And I like highlighters.
Usually when Rob Flowers has done this, he's kind of mixed and matched a little bit between starters and backups.
Because Cooper Burr's still in there, linebacker.
Yeah, Cooper Burr is still in, Zone is still in, but they start removing some of the offensive players.
You don't see Mikey Miller. You
Mikey
don't see
Miller,
Cam
Cam Small, yeah, all of them are gone. Fred Lacey's out, so they're not going to be pulling double duty, and quite frankly, they may not be back on offense either.
So you have 15 out there. Keith Perez, he's playing like a safety out there.
You got Ian Rodriguez, you got Emilio Alvarez out there. You also got Noel Azari out there, getting a sophomore, 6 foot, $173 defensive back. He's out on the far side.
Hey, this is invaluable time. Get those guys reps. It's only going to make them better.
Stout, the keeper, gets a yard or two, not much more.
I think a lot of people on the Danger Boone side, I guess they still got a decent amount of fans here.
Corey Little into the ball game as well. I'm just trying to read off as many names as possible here while we can. Justin Jacquez along the line there. Julian Baez, another sophomore. These are all names that we don't generally get to call during a broadcast. So
give those
when we get the chance, making sure that we do so. Darius Tinson also in, 6'2", $160 defensive back. He's here on the near side. So if you see young Lankenstein out there, he's running that route down the field. That one, throw incomplete. Once again, looking for Moyer, and looked like it was kind of that wheel route again, that they were looking to wheel him out of the backfield right along that sideline, and that soft touch pass, just nothing there.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do there. So
it's a tough pass for a grown adult to throw, let alone down 51-0 and trying to make something happen.
And we get a new returner back there.
And we do have a new returner back there.
Number 15, that is.
Yeah, it looks like Caleb Perez.
Yeah, Caleb Perez, who's getting
6 foot,
DB.
6 foot, $140. Punt is away. Good end over end.
Nice punt.
It'll take a Daniel Boone bounce before it's fielded around the 29-yard line, which is where they'll start. Yeah, that was.
He looked like
that was Jesse Warden again, picking that one up and pretending like he was going to take it to the house.
So who's the backup quarterback that plays? I wasn't here last week against Reading.
Oh, that's right, you weren't here last week against Reading. Should I leave it a surprise for you?
Is it Julian Rowland?
Should I just continue to leave it a surprise?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, yes, he's the
backup
the
quarterback.
only other QB on the roster.
Yeah, junior.
So, yeah.
So 5'7", 140-pound junior.
Yeah, Mikey Miller with his helmet off. I would anticipate that that's the end of the road for him here this evening. We'll try to rattle off some names here as they're running out for the Mules. Again, Corey Little out there on the offensive line this time. Cantris along the line. It will be Rolone in the backfield. Rolone the handoff. Bouncing outside once again. Looking for more space. Flag down on the field. This is going to come back. Ruining what is otherwise a 71-yard touchdown run, but there's a flag on the field.
Great run outside.
Scratch it off
your
here, and they're basically going to get nothing out of it. There's the hold.
Yeah, it was a hold inside.
That would have scratched them a little bit closer. So here we go. The largest margin of victory by the Mules in their school history is 55-0 over Kutztown, all the way back in '92. I was 4.
I was 13.
You were 13.
Those were good years when I was 13.
Chris was not even in existence yet.
When I was 13, that was
weren't even
good.
a twinkle in your dad's eye at that point. The most points scored in a game by the Mules. We're not there yet.
Mike Drago, thanks for
But the answer is 62 against Twin Valley in '99.
So I wonder how much Twin Valley scored then.
That I don't know. Their highest scoring average per game, by the way, is 38.1 points. That was all the way back in '98. That is something that they could be contending with this year.
Yeah.
By the way, depending how things shake out, at least through the first 3 games. Exciting times all around. I don't know if you can tell here on the broadcast, but we're very optimistic.
This is awesome. This is so incredible.
And honestly, I'm enjoying this a lot more than watching Wyo last year. Handoff, cutting up the field,
'Cause
and
you hate
nice
the wing
job.
tee.
I do hate the wing tee. It's just boring.
But
Oh, look,
but-
here's another run. Oh, look, here's another run. Oh, look, is this one a reverse? Nope. This one, oh, this one's a reverse. Throwing it 3 times a game. Yeah, let me tell you.
All right,
It was
all right.
riveting football. WYO gets
They
things
won?
done. Yeah, it doesn't matter much. They get things done.
They're great. Like even Justice Hardy, their Division I running back, he leads blocks. Whew. E-Town's killing McCaskey, 35-0.
Mercy roll is there.
Man, that's unbelievable how bad McCaskey is.
Rolone, once again, the handoff, this time up the gut. Handing it to Ian Rodriguez.
It's so great for these young guys all to get in there.
So just rolling through some of the stats I have from the first half, and these are most certainly unofficial, but Baez, 6 for 7 for $132. Cam Small, 2 touchdowns, 8 carries, 154 yards. Mikey Miller, 5 touches, 2 touchdowns, 73 yards. Also 2 catches. Lacey with 3 catches for 79. Impressive offensive display all around from the Mules. 3rd and 13. Rolone, pump fake, slams on the brakes, looking for help, has to spin. He lost the football. It's down on the turf. It's recovered by the offense. Just trying to make too many things happen there.
Well, what he's got to do what he's got to do is when he's sprinting out there, he should have thrown it away.
Just throw it away. You're outside the
Yeah,
pocket. You're outside the
but he's
tackles.
learning.
Yeah.
He's learning.
That's one of those where you just either slide down and eat it,
Yep, he's going to learn.
look for the sideline, or you chuck it away.
Now, this is the thing that sometimes happens. Your regular punt team is your regular starters. They might be over there goofing around, whatever. They're like, oh, my God, we got to punt the ball. So then I got to hurry up and get them out there. Unless you have a backup punt team, which they might.
Lacey, full-time punter. And we got I believe a sideline warning here on the Mules. Or a delay of game. Never mind, not a sideline warning. It was thrown in the vicinity of the sideline. The judge over here, back around midfield, tossed it right in front of the bench.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't remember a warning. This will push him back inside the 12-yard line.
What happened
And either a fake punt attempt that time around, or I don't think that he snapped it. I think
he went to snap it and it got caught in his hand or something. I don't know. He started running with it.
I think so. Yeah, it's a false start.
The long snapper can't just run with it.
No, you got to hand the ball to somebody.
Yeah, you got to hand the ball off. So, all right, now let's get a good punt off here, Lacey.
4th and 28. He's backed up to the Ritas. Punt is away. End over. And bouncing at the 40 and fielded
by
Rolone.
Rolone, the quarterback, and he came up on the punt team.
How about that?
If you're Daniel Boone, you got to be sitting here thinking, can we get 1 touchdown, just get on the board? Because on the year, I think they only got 6 points, right?
Small victories.
They didn't score last week. Did they score week 1?
They did score week 1.
So they only have 1
I believe
touchdown.
it was 107 to 6 that they're being outscored.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I can pull up my pregame
I
notes.
think this is only the second time I've been to Birdsboro in my life. It was both times for Muhlenberg games.
Well, aren't you lucky?
64.
You're luckier than most of us.
64-7 at Exeter won. So they
There
did
you
score a
go.
touchdown and 42-0.
This one going nowhere in a hurry. Across the 40. Can't have a couple. So Cam Small leading the Lancaster Lebanon League, coming in with 7 touchdowns. Needed a little over 1,300 yards to break the career record. He will march ever so much closer to that
He's
career
slacking.
record.
He didn't get 200 yards.
He is slacking.
I'm joking.
They did the math for me of how much he needed across the remainder, but
Your formation, your quads.
running quads,
Oh, jeez.
ball dropped on the ground. It's the annexation of Puerto Rico. as taken down from behind. It was a nice tackle by Laureano into the game.
Yeah, South
JDL.
DB, 5'10", 134, came up, made the tackle.
What else we got? We got Joel Vega. We've called his name before in last week's contest.
Justin Jaquez, 71.
Yep.
Yeah, and 6'1", 305-pound junior. He got in the backfield quick. We got number 50 out there as well. That is Mannion Logan, senior, 6'1".
Logan Mannion.
Logan Mannion. Yep. He looks good out there. He's a big guy too. So.
Sure do. And then also have Stottleman out there at linebacker.
Yeah, you got Cooper Burr
number 17.
Out.
Now they're throwing the screen and nearly picked off. He knew he had it. Corey Little.
Wow.
That throw was tailor-made for him.
I think they should stop running that screen. That's the third or fourth time it almost got picked. And they already had a pick 6 on the.
Yeah,
don't call screens, Coach. I mean, seriously.
They're just biting on every single one of them.
Oh, my God. Man, can you imagine if he picked that and went the other way? How incredible that would have been for that kid.
One thing that we haven't touched on quite yet either, and one thing that may help the Mules here going forward, especially as they look to potentially march towards a District 3 playoff berth for the first time in a very long time. And that one picked off. Intercepted around the 30-yard line. That was a heck of a job as Stout was under duress. That was Stadelman coming after him. Stadelman got to him, by the way. Got hands on him, and as he was throwing it, Stout just throws up a lame duck. And it's intercepted at the 30. It's Vega.
Yeah.
Coming in.
How great is that? He
comes
in off the bench, he gets a pick. Now we're going to the fourth.
We will go to the fourth quarter. Wow. How about that?
That was quick.
Got to get another birdies read in.
Yeah, let's talk about
We'll do that when we come back.
We got to talk about Jerry's favorite cheeseburger.
It's 51-0. Actually, I'm going to spend most of the fourth quarter talking about Jerry's goatee that has made a return. It's super cute. Speaking of cute, fourth quarter's coming up. And if we get through this fast enough, I'll be able to see my cute kids. So more to come on the Mules Sports Network.
At Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market, they keep it simple. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious. In the mood for a hoagie? Choose one from the menu or tell them what you want. A hot sandwich or a cheesesteak? They've got that covered too. Lunch meat for a family gathering? They have it fresh cut to order. Craving Italian? There are imported specialties you won't find anywhere else. Along with drinks, chips, snacks, and hot or cold brewed coffee in caramel, French vanilla, and hazelnut flavors. That's Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market. 15 Village Center Drive in Flying Hills. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious.
Back here for fourth quarter action. Taking the handoff there was Adochi. He is met immediately and unable to get much more than the original line of scrimmage.
I remember being a kid, and playing high school football. And I was a young guy, and I got to play, and it just felt so good. When you're a 9th, 10th grader, you get out there, junior, get out there and play, and because these kids work hard too. They go to practice every day, and they don't get to play a lot. So it's a good opportunity for them.
Little stutter step there by Adochi. Just keeps those legs churning, and he's up around midfield. He'll be just shy of the first down.
Adochi might, junior, he might have a chance next year to be your starting running back.
They got a couple. Yeah, they got a couple of backup running backs with a little bit of juice to them when they've come off the bench. They've actually had a pretty decent amount of success running the football with these backups. Even if they were, well, we saw it against Schuylkill Valley that Adochi got a couple of handoffs. Rodriguez, they all got a couple of handoffs there, and made the most of it. This one,
you gotta feel good.
Won't get to the line to gain. It'll be fourth down and short.
You go into next year, you got to feel good. You're going to have Baez back at quarterback, so that's going to feel really good. You lose, Small and Miller, but you got some good skill kids in Lacey.
Yeah, the fact that you have a sophomore quarterback.
It's huge.
Jeez. That could not be understated. You will lose Cam Small. You would lose Fred Lacy. You will lose Mikey Miller. You know, you're losing your three. Like, if you're considering maybe this is, you know, one of the only chances that you have, you're losing three of your biggest skill players. As nice job that time, getting tripped up in the backfield on 4th and short. Jabray Pratt coming up, 6'1", 286. As Rolone is brought down.
He's a big dude. If he get him in the weight room, get him bought into the program, he could be a player, you know, the rest of this year and next year.
How about that? 6'1", 286. Okay. Well, we do have a Advanced Comfort Systems heat check play of the game that we need to squeeze in here. There you go. Let's do it while we're transitioning from the Mules to the Blazers offense as the clock keeps ticking. I always forget with that running clock I need to hurry through some of these reads a little bit faster as we're going. Handoff this time. And trying to find a little bit of space, taken down from behind is Ruffner. There's a flag here in the secondary. We'll see what that is. Anyway, the heat check play of the game, what are you thinking? 73 yards from Mikey Miller?
Yeah, I think that one should be because he deserves it because he's had a great year and a great career. So I give that to Mikey Miller.
I was thinking
the pass.
This is one of those games.
Was called back. Remember that beautiful pass we kept
73 yards, yeah. Cam Small had a 41-yard touchdown run, a 51-yard touchdown run, a 31-yard touchdown pass from Baez. But Mikey Miller, that 73-yard. Now that things weren't necessarily ever in doubt here. They most certainly were not since the opening. That's a giant moth. Sorry, squirrel. I just saw that moth land right on that lady in front of us. I think it was massive. Anyway, there are a whole slew of options. Just like last week, we had a whole slew of options. Couldn't choose one. Same thing with Schuylkill Valley. It's really difficult in blowout victories like this to choose just one play that really turned the tide. As Hayden Moyer, nowhere to go. He gets swallowed up in the backfield.
But
Might have lost one.
I go with that Mikey Miller play.
Yeah, let's go with Mikey Miller. 73 yards to the house. The second to last scoring play of the first half. Cam Small, of course, with the 51-yarder to cap it off. But Mikey Miller, 73 yards, his second touchdown of the game, will be considered your heat check play of the game. A small tune-up today can prevent a big breakdown tomorrow. Book your furnace tune-up now with Advanced Comfort Specialists and get $25 off this fall season. Don't wait until it's too late. Call Advanced Comfort Specialists today. That's who I called when my HVAC unit was on the fritz. Yeah.
All right, good.
I called Advanced Comfort Specialists.
Good to hear.
They were very helpful, fixed my problem first time out. Of course, I identified what the problem was before I called them and told them that's exactly what they needed to do. So they came out, and 15 minutes later, it was my nothing worse than the hottest week of the summer last year, losing your air conditioning, your central air. Advanced Comfort Specialists answered the call and got there same day, got it fixed. So
that's nice.
Those
you don't want to sweat in the summer.
They're my guys. Third and 19 inside of 6:30 to play.
How many yards
of
offense
fourth.
They have?
I don't know. I've stopped keeping
Probably
track,
under
to be
100,
honest.
I guess.
There comes a point in blowouts that I stop keeping track of a lot of stats because most of our time is spent doing this. There's fourth down.
Exeter's up 42-0.
Exeter's up 42-0, and you know where they're probably going post-game after that victory?
Where?
You want to take a guess?
Birdies.
I bet they're going to Birdies.
Is Jerry going to get his burger?
Everybody's got a Birdies story, whether you're showing up there after an Exeter 42-0 victory over Pleasant Valley, whether you're showing up after a 51-0 potential victory here by the Mules. Whenever you decide to show up, birthdays, first dates, watching Jerry just eat and drink.
Can you talk about that burger he likes? What is that burger he likes?
It's not even on the menu. Wow, that's a fantastic tackle. That's 21-on-21 crime that time. As Ian Rodriguez, heck of a tackle as he takes down Donovan McKenzie. Donovan McKenzie, poor freshman, getting into the contest his first carry and immediately just welcomed to the game by Rodriguez. Anyway, yeah, they do have that one burger that you still dream about. You can make your own burgers out at Birdie's. They got the entire list. You just pick and choose what you want on it. It's not that big of a deal. They have other sandwiches. They got other fantastic appetizers.
I love burgers.
Take a trip out to Birdie's. I do love burgers. I do love burgers. And you can get some awesome ones there, as well as cold beer and a stage that keeps the nights alive. You got stuff out there every single night of the week. As Rolone in the gun. Looking, firing deep too. And just overshooting is Zari. Saturday, you got Practical Saints and the Saints sing-along. Sunday, you got NFL Sunday Ticket on the deck. All the TVs lit up ablaze with NFL games.
Go Browns.
Except for the Birds, no Cowboys. Because they lost yesterday. Not to rub it in. Monday, Dancing on the Deck with DJ Jimmy 2K. Open mic night on Tuesday. Music trivia on Wednesday. Matty Koss returns to the deck on Friday. It's not just food. It's not just fun. It's where memories are made. Birdie's in at 5 points in Exeter. Come and make your story. That one, a little screen pass in the backfield, and if it gets back to the line of scrimmage, we'll be lucky.
They called a penalty. I thought the ref was ready to go to happy hour.
And we got a flag thrown in from the back judge again. Like way beyond where anybody even was. We'll see what this is.
It's going to be a whole face mask.
Face mask against Daniel Boone will give a free first down. Looks like Mifflin is continuing to climb their way back into that one.
Yeah, Mifflin came back.
20-17.
Yeah, they're beating Hempfield. That's going to be a tough one in 2 weeks.
Hempfield answered.
Yeah.
With 10 points of their own. And
yeah, it's back and forth game. 2017, I don't know how much is left.
I don't know, tweet at Clay Oberholzer. That's a strong Pennsylvania name. 3 minutes left. Handoff this time. Up the gut, still dancing around. Looking for space, now finally getting beat up from the backfield. It was Rolone on the keeper. Got a first down. And we have a man down on the field. And this isn't one of the good ones because he's holding his knee in a pretty concerning fashion.
Oh, no.
That's not what you like to see.
So Maynard Township 29, York High 22. Kind of back and forth game there.
8-8 in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was 8-8. They both got 2-point conversions. What about this one? It looks like a blowout still. Yeah, E-Town 35, McCaskey nothing.
McCaskey hasn't had a decent football team in a good long while.
I know, I coached there.
One of the best in-house voices that you will have at your stadium, though, I will say that. They got Frenchie out there.
Well, they're not playing there this year, though.
Oh, they're not playing? Well, they still have Frenchie as their public address.
They're playing their home games at Linkser Catholic because they're redoing the stadium, finally.
God bless. That stadium was a...
Yeah. What,
an
the
absolute
fire pole
disaster.
going up the top?
Oh my God! Yeah, you remember the fire?
Yeah, I coached there.
That was awful.
I coached there for 3 years.
That was that McCaskey Cedar Crest game that I talked about earlier. You have to climb up the ladder to the second floor, and it's just a straight shot down. But I made sure to say hi to Frenchie the last time that I was there.
Hey, he was good. He's good. He's been doing it forever.
Frenchie has been doing it for forever, and he's honestly one of the first voices that I could tell you that I remember in a stadium atmosphere. So I do public address on the side as well as doing play-by-play. And Frenchie was always just that dude. He was at the Reading Phillies. He's the voice that you heard. And, he's at Reading Royals still, I believe, and also doing McCaskey. So you hear him doing basketball. You hear him doing football. Frenchie's that guy.
So Cacalico came back to beat Fleetwood 21-17.
That was from 2024.
What?
Yeah, way to go. Writer for MikeDragoSports.com.
Sorry.
Following 3 people and has 5 followers.
That's the funniest thing ever. How did I do that? I'm trying to see if there's other scores here.
It's just fun looking at all the former Reading Eagle employees that are
Drago.
Now writing for Drago, including Jason Garante.
Yeah.
There we go. We do have a final score. Octorara over Kutztown, 28-15.
Yeah.
How about that? Speaking of Lancaster Catholic, losing to my Elko Raiders, 21-7.
Port
Elko
Linkster-
lost to
Go ahead.
Weiser last week.
Yeah, Port Linkster Catholic, they lost their starting quarterback this week with a concussion in practice, so they were playing a freshman. I know that. I'm friends with one of the coaches there, and yeah, it's kind of tough. You go in against Elko. I hope those kids are all right. They're really looking at him.
I mean, I always like to see an Elko win. So, regardless,
Were they good when you went there?
no, they were pretty
They're
bad.
pretty solid now. The guy does a good job.
Yeah,
forget the
they
guy's name. What's
still
his name?
have Coach Miller out there. Coach Miller's been out there for a good long while. They had a lot of success recently with Braden Bohannon,
Yes.
who is now at LVC.
Oh, he was a killer.
I think he's still at LVC. I think he might be a senior this year.
I-
But he's been a starter out at LVC since he's been a freshman. He was their starting quarterback going out there. Wasn't great, but it was a struggle at the
I
D3
remember
level.
him at the they had the All-Star game. The Lynx.
He was a better safety than he was a quarterback.
No, but I remember him at the All-Star game, and he threw the ball, and I was like, wow, he looked good throwing the ball. And I was like, and I talked to him afterwards because, yeah, I could throw it. We just didn't throw it at Elko. And the kids getting
They
up.
most certainly do not throw
Number
it at Elko.
9, Mason Ruffner. Is
Yeah,
that
that's
9?
Ruffner.
He's limping pretty bad there.
He's
I
been
hope he's all right.
he's been all over the field here
These-
in the
these-
second half.
These Daniel Boone Blazers have played their guts out. They just don't have it tonight.
Just don't have the juice. Not now, and certainly not through the first 3 games of this season. Like I said, 158 points given up so far.
This guy's giving up baseball updates. It's pretty good. He should get football updates too. NFL, man, come on.
Well, I can do an NFL update once they put the scoreboard back up here on this game.
It's 10-3.
It is 10-3 Chargers.
Oh, look at the wheels.
Malone looking around. Oh, look at that.
Wow, what a
Fakes
move.
the little
Malone,
pop
yeah.
pass. He's still on his feet.
Malone all
Look at
day,
that.
every day.
Look at that. He did a little, show and tell there. He held the ball out. He's like, no, not tossing it. Against, 6-7 yards
Yeah.
out of it? How about that?
Yeah, man, I like it. It's
Maybe
fun.
they will get another one up on the board here. They got 26 yards to go and just over 2 minutes. See if their backups can squeeze one out here. They're letting them run the offense a little bit. Once again, a little stutter step against the grain that time. As Idochi will pick up a few.
Wow,
I mean, they've let Rolone throw the ball down the field once or twice, through a screen pass. So it's very obviously and we're up 51-0 type of offense, but they're letting him pick and choose a few spots here
Yeah.
and there, and
Absolutely, it's awesome.
it's not a complete doldrum here of a fourth quarter.
No, these young kids deserve it.
Well, listen, they're never going to figure out how to run the actual offense if you don't let them run
Yes,
some of those
exactly.
plays. So, as much as you don't necessarily enjoy watching teams run up the score, to a certain extent, you need to have some
Yeah, they got
plays
practice.
mixed in a little bit. You can't just send your backups out there to run the football every single down. They got to run some plays.
Well, all these guys are scout team players a lot.
Mhm.
So during practice, they're simulating the other team's offense and defense. So they don't get to run their own offense much unless they're playing a JV game or this. So, yeah, this is good for the kids.
Inside of a minute, maybe we'll get one more play. They have to run one more play because the play clock is running inside of 10 seconds, so they may just eat the penalty or take a timeout. Actually, no, they're just going to run it out and take the
Mifflin's
penalty.
going to win. Mifflin blocked a game-tying field goal by Hempfield. They're going to win 20-17, so Mifflin will improve to 2-1 on the year.
Mifflin not infallible, and they will just run out that clock. Do we need to take a quick break? Probably should, to allow Pat to run down onto that field. Let's see if you can pick out Coach Flowers or Cam or Baez or Miller. Go find someone, I guess.
Turn the bottom on.
So the teams will shake hands as we get situated here. Take a quick commercial break, I guess, while Pat's making his way down out onto the field. That'll alleviate some of the talking from me. So let's just take a quick break. Show love to a couple of sponsors and be right back. Well, some interviews down on the field with Pat when we return on the Mules Sports Network.
At Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market, they keep it simple. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious. In the mood for a hoagie? Choose one from the menu or tell them what you want. A hot sandwich or a cheesesteak? They've got that covered too. Lunch meat for a family gathering? They have it fresh cut to order. Craving Italian? There are imported specialties you won't find anywhere else. Along with drinks, chips, snacks, and hot or cold brewed coffee in caramel, French vanilla, and hazelnut flavors. That's Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market. 15 Village Center Drive in Flying Hills. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious. Life moves fast. Your insurance should keep up. At Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, Brad Coley shops over 30 top-rated carriers to find the right coverage for you. Home, auto, business, life. Whatever you need, they've got your back. Real service, real savings, real fast. Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, the power of choice.
See Pat out there with his microphone.
You got me? Okay.
Looks like he's going to get Coach Flowers out there. And eventually we'll stop hearing Pat rubbing it against his shirt.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
How are you?
There we go.
Good. Can I keep this guy here too?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hey, come here. Let's go. We're on the camera here. Coach, 1-0. 1-0 this. Yeah. 1-0 this week. You got your goal. Can you tell me how it feels?
Oh, it feels great, man. I mean, 1-0 this week, 3-0 in the year, and our guys got better from last week to this week, and that's what we really wanted to see. It feels great, man. I'm so proud. I just told the dude, I'm so proud of these young men. So proud of them, man.
Yeah, I mean, you guys came out. The experienced team took care of business, and then you were able to get a lot of young guys some reps there second half. Does that feel good to you?
It does feel good to get your young guys reps in the second half, man. We were saying, man, that's a good problem to have when you're just, deciding who's going to go where and how you're going to get it done. So that's a good problem to have for us.
All right, Cooper Burr, I got to ask you here. What about the neck roll? What's this all about here?
It just makes me look pretty tough, and I just feel like I like hitting, so I needed it.
I love watching you play linebacker, the way you come upfield, make plays. Do you make pride in making tackles in and near line of scrimmage?
Yes, I put that first because I study in the film room. I'm always in the film room trying to get better, seeing what plays are coming, trying to call out plays every day at practice, and just get as many TFLs and tackles in the game as possible.
Well, okay, they came out in that quads for the second time,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Okay, and so they ran that, and you jumped it. Were you ready for that play?
I was so ready for it. I was ready for them to do it again, but I knew the next time they came out, they were not throwing it that way anymore.
Yeah, pick six, man.
Yeah, buddy.
How incredible is that to score a touchdown? When's the last time you scored a touchdown?
Never, ever.
Never scored a touchdown, Coach! How is that?
I love it, man. I was going to say he had a pick six.
Pick
Man had a pick
six?
six on the screen.
Oh, my God. They come out quads, and my man picks it. Great job. I love the way you guys play linebacker. You're always downhill. You're attacking. Great job. Coach Flowers, what does it mean to be 3-0 this year?
Oh, it means a whole lot, man. I want to, keep in mind, it's the same senior group that didn't win a game when they were sophomores. So it means a whole lot. I said I'm proud of these dudes, and like I told them in our meeting this morning, man, you have trained and prepared it, and, we have to continue to make a statement that we're serious. Like, we're serious about what we're doing.
Can you talk about the weapons on offense? It's like you got Lacey, you got Baez, you got Small. Hey, you get your tight end can't get a touchdown catch.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah, can you talk about all these weapons?
Yeah, man, they're weapons. They're exactly that, man. They can put the ball in the end zone, and that is what we want. We want to make sure we can spread the ball around to those guys. And I think what's super cool about it is that they're doing it for each other and with each other, like they're blocking for each other, or they're not being selfish with things, and that's what's powerful about what we're doing.
Absolutely. And, I tell you, a player I'm so proud of is Mikey Miller. When he was a sophomore, he was a lead figure on that team that really struggled, and now he's coming out, and he's a teammate. He's doing great, and I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm very happy for him, man. He's making a lot of progress. He's been committed to it, man. He's been committed to the offseason. He's been committed to the extra work, and, it's showing for him.
Cooper, let me ask you this. The defense is so much better than last year. You guys, the tackling, very few missed tackles. Can you talk about your defensive philosophy with the coaches got you guys doing with tackling and everything?
So we got a big linebacker group and a solid linebacker group. Me, Emilio, Cam, we always are pushing each other at practice. And we got a board in the locker room of leading tacklers. And Emilio was first going in this game. I was like, I want that blue jersey at practice. I really want to be at the top right now.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you next week against Lebanon.
No problem.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, really nice to meet you. Yep. All right, good job, Coach. Thanks.
Back to me, I guess. Thanks, Pat. He can't hear me, but we can pretend like he can. 51-0. It wasn't record-setting by any stretch of the imagination here this evening. Came just shy of a 55-0 shutout victory that they had all the way back in 1992 against Kutztown. They came up just 4 points shy of meeting that mark, their largest margin of victory, just 4 points shy. This Mules team has been around for a very long time, and they came just that close to setting a brand new school record, which is, like I said, just awesome for these guys. You talk to Coach Flowers down there in the field. The energy and the excitement around this team is palpable. It's palpable in the coaching staff. And when you have the players buy in to that type of philosophy, it makes things so much better. And that's exactly what Coach Flowers is talking about. These players have bought into this program. They bought into the culture. They bought into the community. it can go one of two ways. You can have a new coach come in, talk about how you want to be a community of winners, and all the kids sit there and nod their heads and be like, yeah, okay. And, that's generally how you kind of think about this generation is, that most of their thoughts are just along the lines of, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, buddy. You're like, yeah, okay, community of winners. We won one game last year. Have you thought about that? But Coach Flowers has come in here and completely flipped everything on its head. And when the players buy into that philosophy in a way that they hadn't before, that's exactly where you land. And right now it's 3-0. And right now it's, scoring 50 points a game. Last week, 48-0. This week, they've scored 99 unanswered points here, Pat. What's going on here?
It's, talking to Cooper Bird down there, man, he is an impressive kid, too. And did you hear what he said about the tackling?
I did. I love the tackle.
I love that.
I love the hit.
I love the hit. Got the neck
That's why he
roll.
wants the neck roll, because he loves to hit.
The pick six from your
I
backer.
love that answer.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, we had to turn you down. We almost had to shut off the entire board when you screeched, but
it's so exciting to meet these kids and you meet, you talk to Coach Flowers, and these kids are reaching their potential.
I was just saying about how it's palpable.
Yeah, and they're reaching their potential. These kids are going to have memories the rest of their life of how, we
turned it around.
We turned it around. We were 1-9. We were 0-10. We were bad, and now we're 3-0 with a chance to go 4-0, with a chance to go 5-0, chance to make the playoffs. I mean, it's incredible.
You got chances here.
Yes.
It's a 3-0 now. They have scored, 99 unanswered points. I'm sure that if you tack on the Schuylkill Valley score, that was 45-14. They are averaging now in the high 40s in scoring, which is unthought of. I mean, last year, look, they put up 29, 20, and 40 in their first couple of games. Then they put up 55 against Lebanon. Okay, so big offense wasn't all that terrible, but it's the defense. The defense has stepped up. It is a defense. Look, they gave up 29 points to Daniel Boone last year. This year, goose egg.
Goose egg, yep.
Last year, ended up losing to Reading. Gave up 34 points to the Red Knights last year. You lost by 2 touchdowns. Goose egg. It's hard to imagine us calling games 2 years ago and imagining 2 years later we be in this position where we're talking playoffs, we're talking, Section 1 expectations. This is where we are two years into the future, which is insane. But fantastic victory here this evening. They are back at it on Friday, the 12th, against Lebanon. So they will face off against the Cedars. 7 o'clock start time. We'll be on air around 6:45. I'm going to be hopefully back here in time. I will also be traveling back from State College again for a same reason but different meeting. I'll be up in State College Thursday and the Friday, and I'll be running back here as soon as I possibly can in the afternoon to make it here for 6:45 against Lebanon.
If not, I'll be solo.
Start of a 7-game homestand. Get cozy.
Games.
I'm bringing my lazy boy. I'm bringing my little space heater. I want to bring everything and make that little press box my home for the next 7 Fridays, which is where we will bring everything here to you on the Jerry Gelliff stable of networks. Most importantly, the Mules Sports Network. I think that we've mostly hit on a lot of the stat sheets, but just in case you missed it, Baez was throwing bombs all night. It was an absolute bomb factory out there. 6 of 7, $132, and a touchdown to his tight end in Coley. Cam Small, 2 touchdowns of his own on 8 touches, 154 yards. Mikey Miller, 86 on the ground on 5 touches. He also had a couple of catches for 38 yards. Coley with the touchdown catch. Lacey with 3 catches for 79. Small with another catch out of the backfield. And again, you talk about their weapons. There they all are. They're all contributing. They're all doing something. You talk to Coach Flowers about it. All these guys getting involved. It's not like 2 years ago when we were talking about Mikey Miller being like the only player really that they had to focus on. Yeah, Kyle Archie a little bit. He was a 6'3" wide receiver, but they couldn't get the ball to him. And now it's just completely different. In 2 years, they now have Mikey Miller alongside Fred Lacey, alongside a bell cow back in Small. Future's bright. They're all seniors, but the future, at least for the future of this season, is certainly bright here for the Mules.
Yep.
Anything left before we sign off?
Let's go home.
Let's go home. Thank you to Jerry for pulling this all together. Thank you to Chris. Thank you to
Brad.
Bradley. There we go, Brad.
The camera guy, he's awesome.
Awful with names. Thank you to Pat for providing excellent color as always. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our fans
Birdies,
for
go to Birdies.
listening in. Also, go to Birdies. But for everyone here in Birdsboro, I'm Ryan Lineweaver. 7 straight weeks in Muhlenberg. How about it? And 3-0 Mules meeting you there next week against the Lebanon Cedars. How about it? We'll see you then. 6:45. See you next week.
Thank you for joining us for Muhlenberg Mules football on the Mule Sports Network. Brought to you by Birdie's Inn, where they remind you to have fun and be kind. Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group. Advanced Comfort Specialists supplying all of your HVAC needs. And Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market in Flying Hill. Join us all season long for Mule Sports Network coverage of your Muhlenberg Mules. This has been a presentation of Jerry Gelliff Media. Good night.